What the fuck is up, Melbourne?
We're gonna go in Croatia or something. Where are you, Nick?
We have a Croatian on the Reckoning podcast.
Is it London? Is it London?
Would you like to drop some gems to the collective unconscious of Melbourne, sir? No gems to be dropped, sir. Maybe there's just no gems where he lives. Maybe it's just not a miner.
They realised all this that she was coming
Did you lose it or something?
Yeah, I lost. Said it was stolen.
Was it a credit card?
Yeah. No.
Did you get your money back? I was like,
Yeah, it's got to go with that. It took 7 weeks. I know.
Where did you lose?
Don't know. I was going to work.
So you reckon your feng shui on point this evening?
Maybe Punjabi?
I'd say about 65%.
What do you reckon kind of like gets your feng shui really on point when you're going out on a Melbourne afternoon or evening?
I'm unemployed now and I got $1,000.
Drinks on fire.
The weather.
Good weather.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a big part for sure. Yeah. Weather needs to be on point, but you know, if you're a soldier from the darkness, you go out on any weather. That's just me, but you know, like, I think there's lots of elements involved, you know? To be able to look out at a really shitty weathered Melbourne and just be like, fuck it, I'm gonna fucking attack this shit like a savage, you know? You know, I feel it, man. I'm like this sometimes where I look out, it's gloomy, it's dark, and it's raining. I'm like, fuck this shit, man. You know, but then the reckoning takes a hold of me, and the Hoodoo Trance takes me out to Melbourne, you know? Well, this is the first interview of the night. First smoke of the night. I can't have my first smoke of the night until I have my first interview of the night. Yeah. But, yeah, I thought I'd come here because I got a really great interview last time I was here. And, yeah, first interview of the night. Well, I did have some rappers and everything happen, but I want to see how many people I can get involved in this. Maybe it's best they sit over there, I'm not sure, because, like, these people are talking, but these guys look down. Are you down for the reckoning as well? Alright, man. Could I sit there? Would that be better feng shui? Alright, cool. Let me move that right there. Feel free to come over as well. Mind my skateboard, yeah?
Yeah.
Cool. We're live and direct at the Reckoning, ladies and gentlemen. We're representing on the streets of Melbourne. We're getting the feng shui aligned, ladies and gentlemen. We are aligning chakras and we are getting down. I'll try not to put my back to too many people, but I can't really avoid it right now. I'm just totally imposing on your group, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you're right. Are we on? Are we live?
Yeah, we're live and direct at the Reckoning. Well, no, we're
Hello, Mum!
we're not actually live.
You my dad?
I just like to say we're live because it sounds cool. We're live and direct.
Are you actually recording?
Yeah, man. We're live. We're on the Reckoning
Thanks,
podcast.
Mum and Dad, for driving me every week.
What are you talking about?
What do you love most about your mother and father?
Oh, Jesus.
They
I don't love
my
them.
lifestyle.
I don't.
That's nice of them. You don't love your parents?
Nah,
Johnny boy.
yeah, I love my parents.
Could you like
His addiction to cigarettes.
Did you tell me not to speak to him at Red and Buckle, but I
Yeah,
I got
annoying
that
his
right. I was talking to with Sam Marsh, and he was like, you look like that comedian. And Johnny was like, who's this? And I was like,
Bunch of pedophiles.
I'm actually next.
Salvation Army. Ask about the Salvation Army.
Salvation Army? Question mark? Oh. Where did that come from?
Huge. Oh. Huge but true, you know. Facts. Facts.
The hardest thing about the Salvation Army is they do really good things in terms of like homeless people, but they're also dickheads in terms of like being like ultra religious and stuff like that. Like some guy asked us for money the other day, and we were like, "Are you voting yes or no?" And he was like, "No," and I was like, "Well, I'm not giving you money."
we like screamed him out. We're like, "You fascist!"
Seems the definition of fascist is getting quite broad these days.
I think everyone that doesn't agree with my opinions is a fascist.
I love it. Yeah, no, I'm noticing this, man. Like, because I got fucking labeled a Nazi by my fucking flatmate just because I pointed out a contradiction in his reasoning. Doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm half Jewish, and like fucking everything I do is anti that fucking ideology. But yeah, I mean, why do you reckon that's going on these days? Do you think people are more quick to judge a person rather than trying to empathize with a nuanced and complex perspective, especially if it doesn't fit into the categories of society? What do you reckon?
Deep. I'm ready. I'm listening. I tapped out at Mussolini.
Mussolini?
I get it. It fits in with the age of instant gratification.
Oh, totally.
Like, it fits in with people's unwillingness to go an extra mile to get something more that they want. And so that carries through to opinions.
Why do you reckon this is going on more so these days?
Social media, I'd have to say, plays a huge impact. I think
Most people say it's social media.
Well, it's because the whole system of social media is based upon your likes and your friendship groups. So, like, I try consciously. I've got mates from school who like far right Facebook pages and share the most fucked up stuff, but I actively don't defriend them because I want to have it spread on my feed. I don't want to have an all left news feed, because then that's just going to feed into the bigger picture of me only seeing that and being groomed into thinking that
The division.
Yeah.
Do you reckon that a lot of this like populist right-wing political kind of movements going on in the world might be a response to the radical left in some way? What do you reckon?
It's back to that issue of like people not having understanding. It's polarized world. So there's no, if you're far left, you're far right. You're fighting the wrong fight. Like, you need to find a better.
Yeah, there's not much middle ground there seems to be these days, right?
No.
Yeah, it's like you're fucking right or left, and if you're not, you're just fucking lying.
It's like people. If
You're a fascist.
the right or the left is the issue. There's no sides. It's a greater good. Like if you're fighting for one side, you're not fighting for equality. You're not fighting for the older generation. You're not fighting for the old people. Yeah.
Why do you hate old people, man? What's wrong with that?
Because they believed in God.
So do you reckon all people that believe in God are assholes, basically?
Nah, it's joking.
Everything's a joke with you, man. I missed the punchline, sir. I did not get it. I'm sorry.
Just old people suck.
Why?
One, they're just like, they ruined our generation. Yeah, like,
How? Why? Why do you reckon this?
they created it.
Prices.
You couldn't be gay, one.
You couldn't be gay if you're old, really?
No, old people don't. No, in their generation, yeah, in their generation, you could be gay.
Really?
You go to the pub and get bashed. Oh, you could be gay. They're all about.
It was less accepting of the homosexuals, yeah?
Of course.
But Omo does get the greatest clean on clothes, though. Wouldn't you agree?
I agree with that. Good town too. Yeah.
Omo's where it's at, ladies and gentlemen. We are representing for the Omo detergent here at the Reckoning.
I need. Exactly. And you get your friend and you
Nice little segue from home. A little advertisement, little product placement.
Here's a segue.
Are you getting paid by Omo?
I don't know nothing. I didn't see I'm not involved with the detergent Illuminati.
I honestly, I liked you until you became
industry.
And then you lost it.
sold out,
You
man.
lost us with Omo. You lost us with Omo. You're a sellout, mate. You're
Omo
a sellout.
fascist right here representing it.
Stand up for Omo.
You only like some sides.
So I have a question though, because you mentioned before like the voting yes thing. It seems to be prominent in every kind of interview that I talk to people in the street. They mention this, right? It seems to be like the most prominent issue in the young generations in society these days in Melbourne. Would you guys agree?
Yeah, but it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be an issue. I mean, this is the issue is that it is an issue. I get it.
Fuck young people, fuck old people. But it's just a joke.
I am fine. Fuck young people, fuck old people, fuck fascists. I'm fine.
Yeah, totally.
No, I
Fuck everyone that's not me.
Communists. honest.
Yeah, beer's good. That's all we need.
The issue is that it's an issue, you're right, Emily Bailey.
The old people always used to generally say, "Don't talk about religion and politics," didn't they?
Separation of church and state.
Section 18, no, 118 of the Constitution, my friend. It's entrenched.
Really?
Yeah, no worries.
You are not.
A chortle.
Cheers, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, Camilla.
Homo Illuminati. Homo Illuminati confirmed. I have a question, guys. Okay. Do you guys reckon Pluto is a planet? This is what I want to know.
No, it is not a planet.
Real issues.
It is not a
Controversy on the reckoning.
It's a dwarf planet.
Does it identify as a planet?
Fred knows. You really want to answer this question.
That's what matters, really.
You know?
Maybe we should ask Pluto what he reckons he is, or she, or fucking Pluto. I don't know, whatever.
I think it wants to be, you know.
We've got to give him the opportunity to.
It may think it wants to be something, but what it actually wants may be something different to what it thinks.
Maybe it's just
mainly
society.
made up of ice and rock, and there's
Like Damo.
there's asteroids in the two asteroid belts that are the size of it. So then
Dude, we young. We sexualize everything. What are you talking about?
No, Pluto.
This mic is corporeal, man.
Sexualization of Pluto has gone too far.
Let's stop objectifying Pluto.
The bigger issue.
Sexist and racist,
Unrealistic
okay?
planet expectations. Unrealistic size expectations of planets.
And that's what it's always been.
And that's okay. That's alright. Size doesn't matter.
But hey, in comparison to all the planets in the universe, he's medium-sized, okay? You know? He Googled his size, he was a bit, self-conscious, but now he's okay, man. So, I have a theory about Pluto. I reckon that he is a planet, but he doesn't want to be labelled as a planet, just because he reckons the cosmos is a bit too mainstream. He's like, fuck you guys, man. Like, I was orbiting when it was on vinyl. You don't understand me, NASA. Just gonna play my bass guitar and my fucking Milky Way fucking belt, man. I got my Fatso harmonic distortion unit. You don't understand. What do you reckon?
It was like last month. What do you reckon, Charlie?
No stating names.
President of Australia.
No name dropping.
Absolutely no names, no identifying names.
Oh, we're all pseudonyms
I
tonight.
reckon of Anthony Albanese.
Who's Anthony Albanese, man? Cool fucking name, though.
Yeah, he's the ex-PM, mate. Ex-PM.
He actually hates lockout laws.
Yeah, Deets. Yeah, who doesn't like
Who's he hate?
lockout laws?
Yeah, lockout laws are weird bullshit.
Yeah, they fucking suck.
Do you reckon he's just saying that because he wants to be really popular with the youth?
No, because he genuinely thinks they're a dumb idea because they genuinely create
They are a
problems.
dumb idea.
Yeah, they throw people out in the streets, and
Which
that's what
causes
they were.
more problems.
And it gives more money to big corporations like Crown Star.
It means more cops. That's all it means.
Whoever Crown's up.
Yeah, fucking Packer gets away with it with his fucking casino. He's the only place in Sydney that has no lockout.
Sydney was talking about.
Yeah. Like, so they lock out the city, but Parker's he's over the law. Like he's bigger than the law.
He's larger than the law.
Yeah, that's it.
Pretty large in general.
Do you think he's down?
His daddy's
Do you think he's down? Parker's down with the Homo Illuminati?
Definitely could be.
You tell me, you're in it.
It depends on how
You know, don't you?
If I did, I wouldn't say.
That's true. Crown definitely uses
Or maybe I'd just make it a joke so you think I'm not in the Illuminati.
You're definitely getting paid by
You figured out, and we know the owner.
Illuminati
Work
shield.
for Omo.
fucking work for Omar.
Detergent sellout.
I knew it. You are a detergent sellout. You are
Fucking shield.
definitely a detergent.
I'm more of that Aldi detergent no-name brand that looks like Homo.
Yeah. Home brand.
Someone doesn't care
Branding for the homies.
Oh, that's how we got onto Homo. Rude. Yeah, come on.
Do you guys believe in fate?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Why do you believe in fate?
Actually, yeah.
I think we all have
Has a great story about
predetermined lives that we cannot control.
Yeah, that's kind of scary, isn't it? To think that
I don't believe in fate. No way.
What if my fate is to end up
Nah.
old and alone? That's kind of
Yeah. Why did I get diabetes? Was that fate?
Was that fate?
Don't think so.
Well, it could be part of a more gigantic Illuminati plot that you're just not even aware of.
Have you heard about the law of eternal return?
No, please continue.
Well, I don't know it word for word, but
Speak from the heart, man.
it's
Just whatever you feel.
something about everything that can happen will happen, and it will happen again.
Oh, it's like Murphy's Law, yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
the biggest
but
Murphy's
it's
Law happened to me the other day. I was going to a job interview and I was putting my deodorant on and I had not worn my dress or like I'd worn
Someone told you stink.
No. And I didn't wear my dress. And I didn't wear my dress for my breakfast and stuff because I was eating and I was like, I don't want to fuck up my dress. And then I was like, just quickly put on the deodorant before I go. And then I fucking got a deodorant stain on my dress and then I had to fucking change up 3 times. It was fucked. And what's that?
fucked.
Murphy's
That is
Law.
so Murphy's
Anything
Law.
that can go wrong will go wrong.
But also, there's another dynamic, a dualism, as it were, to Murphy's Law that a lot of people don't know. It's not only like everything bad that can happen, but also everything good is going to happen as well. Like
Exactly.
Yeah, but the law of eternal return is that everything that will happen again, and it's bound to repeat. Like,
But I think that's
Like,
also
no one
about
knows.
history that's why people need to know about history so you don't
Yeah,
people don't know a lot about history these
History
days,
is my
right?
favourite subject. And people always like history
And who's
sucks.
history, right? Because the people that win the wars write the history.
Yeah, exactly. Especially in Australia.
Yeah.
That's a massive thing.
Yeah, like we seem to have like stripped a lot of the Aboriginal culture away. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And also we like glorify a lot of, it's same with like what's going on in America right now.
what's going on in America right now?
Valentine's Day is no, not Valentine's Day. What's that day that day that Americans have? The fucking
Independence Day.
No, not Independence Day. Thanksgiving, as it's the most
Yeah,
fucking day of all
Thanksgiving.
time. It's the day that they legitimately like killed off all the Indians.
Could you hold that for a second?
Yeah, no
That's the same as
The reckoning is.
Can I drop the mic? Can I drop the mic?
clitoral mic drop.
Mic drop.
You gotta trade the clitoral mic just right,
Yeah, I
sir.
know.
how do we access this podcast?
It's gonna be on YouTube.
YouTube.
Huge of the years.
What kind of video are we gonna have?
There's no video, it's just audio.
Yeah, but like on YouTube.
Oh, I don't know yet.
It's gonna be blank.
Maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'll put in.
Just like raw cartoons of it.
I don't know what I'm gonna do, man, honestly.
I was thinking weird.
I did have a guy draw some cartoons of the podcast earlier.
Oh yeah, micropenis.
Drop the clitoral microphone through micropenis.
Yeah, I have a micropenis.
Micro penis, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we represented the reckoning.
What do you reckon?
Would you like to have a detachable penis? Do you reckon that would be useful?
Yeah, I reckon. I still feel like it's still the same.
Penis, so it's kind of hard to distinguish between it. A normal, like, are you giving me the choice between a regular penis and a detachable penis, which I'd prefer?
Or
Or is it just straight up?
Yes, I am.
I guess detachable would be a bit more convenient. I mean,
Is it balls at all, or is it just the schlong?
that is.
No, just detachable penis, the balls stay.
But what is the point as the point?
Detachable not.
Like, what are you gaining?
Yeah.
You can take it out, you can put it on your shoulder, you can do whatever you want with it.
It'd be easier to clean, you can just run it under a tap.
The whites? So you don't have any feeling, because putting it in a washing machine would be a lot of fun if you were standing in front of the washing machine like
Just put in the cutlery part of the dishwasher.
That would be like, imagine like, imagine having like in the washing machine and then like you come and then it's still going. Then you're like, sorry.
I'm having a mental image of that, man. It's
We have a really close friendship, I feel, that we can say this shit that people just don't understand.
Yeah. I think if anyone could understand, it's probably the best.
I'm pretty sure that you'll be totally accepted if you just remain with the populist viewpoint that, you know, right wing is bad, racism is bad, sexism is bad, and you'll probably get along okay, well, with society. I know, right? I'm a total fucking Nazi fascist. I'm down with the Omo Illuminati, but don't tell anybody. I have a question. So I've been noticing these days, I've been putting on these like binaural frequency things to go to sleep to, and it's kind of like it's supposed to like relax you more, like meditate and all that shit. Have you heard about any of that?
Have you got the app?
No.
I might still have it on my phone.
I have no. It's like these YouTube videos. People they have these certain frequencies that are meant to stimulate your brain in some way.
Why would you want to stimulate your brain?
It can affect your dreams. Like I had really weird dreams after it, man, for some reason, and like it was very relaxing as well. It can like calm you and shit like that. Certain frequencies.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been a lot of studies on this. Like I've only recently looked into it, but apparently, if they beam certain frequencies at different parts of the brain, the same frequencies that part of the brain is resonating at, it can activate that part of the brain. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty out there. It's pretty, but that's just what I've been doing lately. What do you guys reckon? Do you reckon that's something that you might be interested in, or have you ever thought about anything like that?
Quite frankly, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Be frank, man. I love frankness.
It's my default mode, Basil.
Do you think that you get a lot of shit for being frank more so these days than earlier in society?
It's all this PC bullshit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's going on a lot these days. So you get a lot more shit for being frank and honest?
I guess. I think so. I think
maybe
with social media, what you say is distributed to so many more people than it would have been.
Oh, you're right. Well, it was a pleasure to kind of meet you. Check us out on YouTube, The Reckoning. It was a pleasure.
We might be on it.
Yeah. Well, I take the gold and I put the gold to break beats, and yeah.
See you later.
Live long and prosper. Why Grace? Beautiful name. What the fuck was I going to say? I totally forgot. I was going to say something really interesting and cool.
You know me.
It'll come to me. It'll come to me.
Wait,
So,
do you watch footy?
nah, bro, do you?
Does the Reckon talk about football?
We talk about football if you like. What do you want to talk about football?
I don't know. The Reckon and the Bombers are the best football club in the AFL.
Why do you reckon that?
I just love football.
It's a pretty...
Can I tell the mic how much I love football? I love football.
How much?
I love it. So much. I live and die football. I don't like football.
Why don't you like football?
I love it.
Oh, I get it. It was a joke. It was a joke. Okay.
It was the reggae song, you know?
No, I don't know that song.
I don't like cricket.
Oh, no. Rastafari.
I love it.
Selassie I.
essence on your cigarette?
Peppermint essence.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was ammo when I was like, why are you putting ammo on your cigarette?
Yeah, people always say that. They're like, dude, you got some ammo, bro? What the fuck is ammo? I don't know. But
That stuff that makes you bum on it.
oh really?
Yeah.
What does the Reckoning think about pill testing at festivals?
I don't really think the Reckoning thinks in the sense of like, it does think, but it thinks in the kind of like
Conversational
abstract
things.
meta level of the collective unconscious of Melbourne.
Oh yeah. What?
You lost me. Start.
You're asking what the Reckoning thinks, and the Reckoning is just
Doesn't think it is the collective consciousness of the abstract node.
well, the reckoning of who? Like my reckoning, or the world's reckoning, or Melbourne's reckoning?
I don't know. I reckon you should ask Gully.
What?
I mean Stephen over here.
What are we asking me?
Stephen, have you heard about radical honesty groups?
No,
What? Radical Islam? Where did that come from?
I just like them.
You like radical Islam?
Like, I don't
Are you
like.
down with ISIS?
No, I don't like hurting people. I hate hurting people.
But you love radical Islam?
Define radical.
Extreme.
It's, devotion to the Lord.
Who's Lord?
Everyone's Lord. We're all Abrahamic religions. Jewish.
Who is this everyman Lord that you speak of?
Oh, Jewish, Judaism, Christianity, Islam. We're all got the same God.
They all have the same Lord,
We're all got the same God.
but people seem to just write and talk about him differently.
They're got different prophets, and that's why people. Islam has the stories of Adam and Eve and Noah's Ark and stuff in the and same with Judaism in the.
It's all archetypes, man.
They're all the same story. It's just where they split is who their prophet is.
Well, there's a lot of differences between religions, but there's also a lot of similarities, man.
At the end of the day, it's just be a good person. Don't be an asshole.
But don't you think good and bad is subjective, though?
Yes.
Yes. Do you think it is?
Yes.
Do you think it is?
Yes.
Of course.
Yes, good and bad are subjective.
I think at the end of the day is being.
Was that a yes or a no?
Being a person for others. Being a person for others is being
Maybe it's a maybe. I'm not sure. I'm trying to.
I'm a yes.
As a yes.
Yeah.
So it is subjective.
Sorry?
So it is subjective.
What, being a good person?
Good and bad, yeah.
I don't think that being a good person, being a person for others is subjective.
A person for others. Okay.
Yeah, and that's my definition of good.
Okay. All right. So good is being a person for others.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's what I think that religions, a lot of good religions, and I'm not religious at all. But
Okay.
what I got out of, I was raised a Catholic. What I got out of that is to.
Did he leave again?
And you suggested making that the group photo.
Oh my god.
I have peppermint oil in my left pupil, ladies and gentlemen. We are representing.
What does that look like?
With stinging irises, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we fucking do it at the Reckoning.
Yeah, the Reckoning.
Yeah, boy,
So-
Reckoning. Yeah, boy.
So on the objectivity or the subjectivity of good and evil, good and bad, right? So this man thinks it's objective.
Yin and yang, if you will.
Yang. There you go. See, I reckon it's subjective though. Everyone has their personal reckonings of what they think is good and bad based on the individual though.
Okay, good use of the title there.
But yeah, that's just what I reckon. But
Reckon.
I am interested. I am interested in knowing why you reckon though. Why do you reckon good and bad is objective? We can get specific.
I like to get specific. I want to get specific. That is objective.
I don't think it's necessarily. I think
You're missing an S there.
I definitely think that it's subjective.
I love your laugh. Just please.
Don't you think there are some things that are inherently good and inherently bad?
Objectively good and bad, right? So you believe in the objectivity of good and bad as well?
I think there are some things that, yes, not debatable.
What do you think is not debatable?
Well, that everyone should have the same rights. Human rights.
Okay. That's fair. I mean, like, we should have human rights.
Look me in the eyes. Look me in the eyes and tell me that buying a sandwich for a homeless person is a bad thing.
Buying a sandwich for a homeless person is a bad thing.
Well done. Thank you.
He told me to do it, listeners. I don't actually believe that. But all the
Look me in the eyes and tell me where the weirdest place you've had sex is.
on a roof.
That's pretty good.
That's ridiculous.
And like nobody knew where the sex noises were coming from. It was really funny. They're like, what's going on? And they were just like fucking trolling. It was lovely.
Ridiculous place we've had sex
Yeah,
in?
no, what was
A bed.
That's not ridiculous, man. That's not that ridiculous.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What is your definition of ridiculous?
I don't know. It's a good question. I don't know.
Are you a bit of a ridiculous lass?
I'd say so, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'm just joking.
Yeah, I know, I just don't have any, I'm not quick-witted enough to like rip another good joke.
Well, you know, I'm not very quick-witted. I'm multiple fractures in, ladies and gentlemen. Three painkillers deep.
No, not that cowboy. It was another guy who looked like a cowboy.
We walked past a cowboy before and Nick goes, oh, that's my mum's hairdresser.
He honestly looks like a cowboy.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, mum, you get a haircut with a cowboy.
He's like, yeah!
My mum would much rather getting a haircut with like a cowboy than like just a normal citizen, you know. Yeah.
Your mother that you hate, right?
The mother that I hate, yeah.
Is it because she gets cut by cowboys?
I honestly I would love her if she didn't get her haircut with a cowboy.
You hear that? The mother of this anomalous man? You're not feng shuiing on point. You gotta not get cut by cowboys because
Exactly.
cowboys don't get equal rights in this society.
I reckon I'm gonna murder the cowboy, I reckon.
You're gonna murder him?
Yeah. Don't like the cowboy.
It's pretty deep.
I know, but it's gotta be done.
He just pushed it to the limit, didn't he?
Yeah, I don't like the cowboy.
Did he
you know?
put peppermint in your eye?
I think he put peppermint in my eye.
Motherfucker.
I know, right?
What's the weirdest place that you guys have had sex?
We've been back to Spa Party in Budapest in 2016.
Budapest spa party last night. What happened in the Budapest spa
I
party?
think you should ask Nick Fay.
No, you're
We're a lot weirder than that.
I told you that I hated it because there was these like dudes everywhere.
I get it. I just got it.
And all the dudes were trying to pick up all the chicks, you know, and I was just standing there in the spa with just full of cum everywhere.
just swimming in the cum.
I came back, he was like, that was the worst night ever.
What happens in Budapest stays in Budapest, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
And now he's on YouTube.
So
I heard
got
that,
bashed by your mate that gave you like all those hickeys. Remember that?
Oh, we've all been. The guy trying to bash me. He's trying to beat me up. I'm not scared.
Yeah, he got my face. I was like, you gotta go. And I was like, I think you've got to go, mate. And I told him he has no friends. And then he went nuts at me. I sprinted off straight after.
Scott?
What's the singer?
I was like, yeah.
Sprinted off.
I was like, you've got no mates. And then he just like got in my face and I just sprinted off.
He didn't have any mates. So it was just an inherent truth, you know. It wasn't up for debate.
Yeah, no, that's an objectivity. The man did not have any friends.
These hickeys are so fucked up. Legitimately, it's just like purple.
Did you cigarette suffer from erectile dysfunction?
Sleep in the anal room, you know what you're gonna get.
The anal room?
That guy's fucked up. He's fucked up.
That's what they call the common room. You had to be there. It's something that just me and Faye will take to the grave.
Well, on the sex topic, because we are talking about sex, I read an article recently.
Yeah.
Apparently, exposing the iris to blue light at the beginning of an orgasm can actually increase the
How
orgasm.
the fuck does anyone manage to do that?
I'm gonna come get the blue light. You gotta get that. You gotta
Alright,
get.
oh shit, it's not plugged in. Oh fuck, I haven't turned
Honestly,
it on
have to
the
like set that up beforehand.
You might end up with a blue eye, you know, maybe you have to like work this out.
Big guy.
What a spicy zinger, ladies and gentlemen. It's a spicy KFC zinger right here at the Reckoning. Yeah, no, I thought about this as well. It's like, oh, we come, I was like, oh wait, hold on, let me just fucking shine some light in your face. That's what happens. Don't do this, ladies and gentlemen.
Blue light on your face when you
On your eye.
when you're bonking.
Stevie J's for $7.
Oh my god, Leon Cameron can.
7 goals, ladies and gentlemen.
7 goals. I just love footy.
Oh my god.
Do you love footy?
I love football.
Okay, but do you actually love football?
I live and breathe football.
So you hate football?
No,
Okay.
I live and breathe football.
Oh, you love it?
If football was a person, would you like marry?
Yeah, I'd marry football.
How would you treat the clitoris of football?
Like
I'd drop
sensitive,
that shit
you know?
like it's hot.
The sensitive mic.
I'd suck at football. My dick would fit in the little tube as well.
Yeah, same.
Noise.
I have a micro penis.
My micro penis works with
Any of
the little like the bump up tube thing.
Speaking about penises,
Nick's got a micro penis.
did you guys know that ducks' cocks fall off like every season and they grow back?
What the fuck?
That's true.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
And the size of the cock
I didn't.
is like variable to the women of like how many women they have to fuck for that season. So like if they get a really big dong, they're like, holy shit, we've got a lot of ducks to fuck this evening.
This evening or the season?
This season.
Oh, this evening. This evening for me.
The seasoning evening.
How do you know that, Basil?
I heard it on a podcast.
How did that come in your life? You know, why do you know that? Yeah.
It was on a podcast.
Fair.
Fair enough.
No, I wouldn't go that far.
Not enough, just fair. Okay. How do you think the ratio of fairness is? Do you reckon it's like about 30-70, or you know, where are we at with the fair?
Wait, where are you going?
I've always wanted to be on YouTube.
You're gonna be on YouTube, man. We'll be on the fucking Reckoning podcast. We're gonna represent.
Yeah, boy. Is everyone gonna know that I have a micro penis though?
Yeah, it's gonna be world knowledge, but you are anonymous though.
Yeah, exactly. You know, it's not the size of the boat; it's the motion in the ocean.
That's what they say, man.
It's the motion in the ocean. It's not the size of the boat. No, it's the motion in the ocean.
Why is it okay for women to say if you have a big cock, but it's not okay for men to ask if they have a loose vagina?
Because
A loose? Did you say a loose?
Yeah, well, it's like the same thing, isn't it?
because I feel like
a
men
Is your vagina a loose?
men just like ripping on their own
Yeah, but doesn't
genitals, you know.
like a loose
Like-
vagina sound insulting?
Doesn't a small micro penis sound insulting?
Yeah,
Yeah.
to the certain douchebag.
Yeah, but you
that
don't
takes
get
offense to
a
it.
small penis.
You have to be a douchebag to take offense these
Yeah,
days.
if you've got to.
I agree with that, man.
Yeah, because if anyone's like gets pissed off and says they're annoyed because their penis is like not big enough.
People are definitely getting a lot more offended a lot more easily these days, I've noticed. Have you noticed that more?
Yeah, I reckon.
Like
I agree.
we're becoming more eggshell oriented as a society in a way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why do you guys reckon that's going along more so these days?
Because I don't know, just like sheltered lifestyles.
There you go. too much privilege, maybe.
Exactly. Too much privilege.
So maybe we need a bit of adversity in Melbourne.
I feel like the old man has to just like feed his son.
Yeah. So do you guys think that like adversity can be a useful thing?
Yes.
Yes.
I agree, man. I agree. Have you ever faced much useful adversity in your lives, personally?
Yes.
Yeah.
And what was that adversity?
Yes.
Yeah.
42, ladies and gentlemen.
No, you know, like just
I don't
hard
know.
life struggle.
I don't know. I'm unemployed. I don't know what to cook. You know, for lunch sometimes. You know.
Sometimes mum didn't cook me lunch.
Yeah. Like.
So then I'd be like, what do I cook for lunch? And then the next day, I'd know what to cook for lunch.
Yeah. And sometimes mum forgets the Tabasco.
Bye. It was a pleasure.
Mum forgets the Tabasco, and I have to go to shops and go and get the Tabasco.
You reckon?
Yeah.
I like that. So, you were speaking about equal rights for humans,
Yes.
right?
Something that I think is an inherent good.
Okay, so
I feel like that's not a yes.
I have a question though. Were you aware a few years ago some babies were born to 3 parents? So they have 3 strands of DNA instead of the usual 2.
Pray tell, how is that? What do you mean? Was
CRISPR.
pardon?
CRISPR technology, I believe it's called. It's like gene editing.
So is there two strands of female DNA?
There are 3 strands of DNA.
I know what you mean, but
I
is
believe
there...
that like there is females and males that are born of 3 parents.
I don't know, because I would find that a bit suspicious, because the way that babies are made, there is 1 egg and 1 sperm.
But we're in 2017. Shit is getting a little bit out of the box.
Yes, but biology tends to remain somewhat stagnant.
Except when we start changing the biology. Were you aware that you can purchase genetically engineered yeast to brew your own glow-in-the-dark beer?
No. It doesn't shock me, but no, I wasn't specifically aware of that, no.
Well, so
Wait, can you go back to the 3 strands of DNA? How?
That was my question, yeah, okay, so...
No, can you just explain to me how that has come to transpire? Because how I understand that procreation works is that you have 2 zygotes, one of the male and one of the female.
Zygotes?
Zygote, yes. It is the biological term for sexually reproductive cells.
Oh, okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I'm following.
So I just don't see how you would be able to create another human life with 3. The only way that I would understand that would work is if they were twins. And then in such a case, 1 egg would be... 1 egg and 2 sperm would create a twin. But even so, I think it's still just 1 sperm and 1 egg, and the sperm would separate. I just don't I actually don't think that's possible.
I'm not an expert, but the short answer is genetic manipulation. And
But still, you could manipulate it to kingdom come, and I just don't think that's possible.
Okay, you can Google it if you want. It's a very mainstream story. It's like talked about. It's not like an onion piece.
I know what you mean, but do you mix like 2 strains of sperm and then...
Like I said, I'm not sure of the exact process. The short answer is genetic manipulation. But my question would be though, when you're saying equal rights for all humans, my question would be if just assuming that this is real and there are people on this earth right now with 3 strands of DNA which aren't quite human in the sense of they're like human 2.0 in the sense they're more than human because they have different genetics. Now my question is, do they get the same equal rights as us lowly 2-stranded DNA people? Because they're going to be like more processing speed, of course, because they have more DNA, so they're going to be able to be like next level, with everything. do they get all the same rights as us, or?
I would say so, because if you would go off your logic and say that people that don't have the exact same genetic makeup as your average human being, for example, you know, there are all sorts of different chromosomal deficiencies where, for example, people have 3 of a particular chromosome and that creates Down syndrome. They're still human beings. So yes, I'm a bit confused with this whole 3 strands of DNA.
Well, they would receive more rights though if they have Down syndrome, because they
but I think you can give it
need to be cared for more so than somebody without Down syndrome. You see how that works? There's a different kind of care, there's a different rights involved for people with them because they need it more.
I think you're getting a bit too specific. I think it just, your concept of human, would you say that's biological? Like, do you consider a human someone that has 46 chromosomes? Or do you consider a human...
That's the question, you know, like, are they still human? I'm not sure. I mean, they're like next level, man. See you later, man. It was a pleasure. I'll see you on the reckoning, man.
Yeah, man.
So you reckon they should have equal rights?
Yes, I feel like everyone that meets our conceptual understanding of a human being should have equal rights.
How about if like they go to the extreme and they start having like superpowers and they can read each other's minds and shit like that?
First of all, I did put up issue to you saying that you can create a human being with 3 strands of DNA.
I didn't say that I could.
Oh no, I don't mean you personally, but that was a thing that would happen, and I feel like you've got to answer one of these questions.
Well, it has
before you answer another.
but it has been reported in a lot of mainstream science journals.
Whether you can create a human being with 3 strands of DNA.
That it has been done. It's been well documented. Yeah.
But that's just not possible with the way that a human being is created.
Why do you reckon that's not possible?
Because I have a rudimentary understanding of biology.
Rudimentary? What does rudimentary mean?
Basic.
Basic, okay.
Simple.
Okay, but biology isn't very basic or simple though, wouldn't you agree?
Yes, but you can have a simple understanding of something which is complex.
Sure, but that's not going to be very detailed, is it? Because it's basic and something is complex, right? So it would be like a low resolution understanding though, wouldn't you agree?
Well, yes, that's why I described it as rudimentary in the first place.
But you don't think it's possible for it to be more complex?
Yeah, I know. It's going straight past
Rudimentary and elementary.
I feel like your question has lost any semblance of purpose, logic, or any other synonym.
Well,
I've had enough. You can speak to Basil.
I've had. So you don't want to be included in the reckoning anymore?
I'm the queen of the reckonings.
But you don't want to talk to me.
No, I do. I just feel like your questions.
So sorry, man. I'm still drinking that. Yep. Yeah. Oh no. Sorry, I'm not. I thought that was that one. My bad. Yeah.
I just feel like your questions have lost any substance.
Why do you reckon they lack substance?
I've had enough. Someone else speak to Basil.
Oh, so you don't want to speak to me anymore?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry, that was a bit of a yes no, I don't know, but yes, so
I feel like it was more.
You can't blame me for being a bit confused there, but no worries, you don't have to be included in the reckoning. The queen of the reckoning doesn't want to reckon anymore, ladies and gentlemen, but that's okay.
How objective is the subjective over here?
So like, we were talking about 3-stranded DNA people.
How long does this podcast go for?
Oh, we can interlude if you want, man. Do you want to have a little interlude of the reckoning? Fuck it, man. Seems like it's getting a bit too,
just an end scene.
Bit too, controversial. I don't know, man.
I don't know. I reckon we like.
How long is the podcast?
How long's a piece of string, Freddie?
Hey, string theory.
Well,
Talk about some real science.
It all varies, man. Like whatever, like time is subjective. Fuck it.
Are we even here right now as we sit?
I don't know.
So I should interlude the reckoning, ladies and gentlemen, because this lady is still here, but she doesn't want to be included. So I will be respectful and end the reckoning. We will see you in the collective unconscious moment.
See ya. Love you, bye. Love you. Love you, bye. Love you, mum. Are you my dad?
Disclaimer, please don't sample this part of me. I don't want to be famous.
What the fuck is up, Melbourne? We're here live direction to Reckoning. Would you guys like to be included in the Reckoning podcast?
Oh, yeah, why not?
Okay. Fuck yeah, ladies and gentlemen. We're representing on the streets of Melbourne in the icy tundra of Melbourne. We're gonna get our grooves on. We're gonna lay down some tasty jazz vibes. Now, how is your feng shui aligned this evening, gentlemen? Do you feel like you're feng shuiing on point like a soldier from the future?
I'm at about a 12 personally.
More of a soldier from the past than the future. You know, like regress.
Soldier from the past?
Yeah, like regress slowly, like through the space-time continuum, and like, I feel like, I mean, we're talking about different eras earlier, like the 90s.
I did see this man step out of a TARDIS just earlier, just saying, you know, like, you're representing the dimensions.
12.
And my feng shui is awesome. Like, everything's sliding really well. It's precision. Kebab.
Beautiful.
Kebab beers.
Nice. The kebab's the main point.
Kebab and a beer. Kebab and a beer, that's the yin-yang of Melbourne, man.
It's an easy, like, feng shui thing to do, though. You know, it's just like you can have a beer and then you can have a kebab, or you can have a kebab and then you can have a beer, or you can have a beer and then you can have a kebab and then you can have another beer. And then, you know, it's all going to be pretty well aligned.
There's some kind of limerick involved with that, isn't it? Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Kebab and a beer. Have a beer.
Beer, kebab. Beer, kebab.
Oh, right. 2 for 1. 2 to 1 ratio.
How many fucking kebabs can you handle in one night, man? I'm one kebab and I'm good.
Depends how long the night is.
You're just a reckless man, aren't you?
I am. It's what I'm known for doing. I push it to the limit. Yeah, kebabs. Don't try it. I'm on a few right now.
Yeah.
Falafel based, meat based.
What do you reckon is the best meat that you could have in a kebab?
Lamb. Otherwise, let me know and I'll.
On the cooking. You don't want to chewy lamb.
Yeah, I'm impartial to it. It's very dependent on the venue.
Totally.
Yeah. Oh,
And
completely.
it's pricing as well, you know, it's very important, you know, you don't a lot of the time you just get, you know, a hunk of, you know.
Yeah, but if you had the choice of like the best chicken kebab restaurant, the best lamb kebab restaurant, the best like falafel
which restaurant would you choose?
which restaurant would you choose? That's the best way of putting it.
I don't like like meat.
Chicken.
Meat in the entire world, not just lamb and chicken. Think of every animal in the entire world.
Kebab.
What do you reckon the best meat would be?
Porcupine.
Porcupine!
Sounds chicken.
Dolphin.
Shit, that's out of the box.
Yeah, human easy. Human children. Slow roasted, yeah. Slow cooked children.
Fetal energy, ladies and gentlemen. So that's how we represent the Reckoning.
Sure, why not?
It's important. New generation.
Yeah, man. Fucking Elon Musk is on that shit, right?
I mean, now, smart.
Oh, you don't need to pass the mic to me, man.
I don't know
That's
what
when I
I'm
got
doing.
back.
Yeah,
Just these guys.
Alright,
Yeah, that's your mic, man. All right, so I have a question. Do you think these days in Melbourne, people are way quicker to judge people rather than try to empathize with the nuanced and complex perspectives of the individual?
12.
Compared to when?
That is not an answer.
I don't know. Compared
13.
to when? Like that's now, and you said you think the more of this, and you need to have than something else. Like, is it more
so these days than latter
than
days?
previous days?
Yeah.
No.
No, you don't think we're quicker to judge?
I think we're progressing.
Yeah, I reckon it's getting better.
Interesting. So this is why I'm doing the Reckoning. I'm trying to get some other perspectives and shit, because this is kind of what I'm noticing a lot these days. People are way quicker to, if you have a perspective that's a bit out of the box that doesn't fit into the categories of society, you're generally labeled as the devil of that particular group, whatever it may be.
In with the out
I
trash.
think you're allowed allowed to express yourself before you're shot down a lot more than you were at any other point in history, which is better than, you know. I mean, can you say you can do that 20 years ago, 30 years ago? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not.
That's all relative, isn't it?
I don't know. I really don't think you could. Like today, like people still get shut down for having different ideas. But compare that to what it was like in the 50s, 60s, 70s. Like people were still.
I think you're probably talking about a smaller scale.
Same-sex marriage thing,
like in the last like 5 years.
Conversation a few years ago. It wasn't. I mean,
are we talking Melbourne or are we talking the world?
I'm talking here because the vote's happening here, but it's happened elsewhere over the last 15, 20 years.
Well, no, and also like, you know, like they specifically made it illegal in Australia, you know, like redefining the marriage vows, saying it's like marriage is strictly between a man and a woman. Like they introduced that in like 2006, like after a handful of countries in Europe had already made gay marriage legal.
So is that redefining it?
Sorry.
In 2006 maybe, but we're not there anymore.
Oh yeah. So like John Howard actually made like the change to the Marriage Act. Like in the marriage vows, they actually have to say that marriage is specifically between a man and a woman. Really? You actually have to say that when someone's getting married. Like the sovereign has to say that.
So it wasn't that beforehand.
But they exactly 2006.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So they introduced that. It's like, but meanwhile, like, you know, like basically the argument for the No campaign is like, well, like for like introducing that act is that it wasn't an issue at the time, but it was just like such horseshit because there were like countries in Europe already legalizing gay marriage.
True.
When they introduced a specific law saying that like marriage, we're just gonna like add in this extra clause saying it's like it's only between a man and a woman. No one fucking else.
Let's amend the Bible.
Yeah. This is what we believe in. Disciples. Let's change it. Well, now we don't believe in it. So we'll change it.
Well, that's never happened before, has it? Yeah. So like, I have a question though, because it seems like everyone's bringing up this, you know, plebiscite, gay marriage and all that, but it seems that I've got the same answer from everyone. People seem to think that it's a bit of a trivial issue in comparison to a lot of the major issues that are facing our society these days. What do you guys reckon? Trivial in comparison to the fact that most of the world is at war right now.
Yeah, of course. You should say that about anything. I think that's. You can say that literally about anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, all right, there are children starving in Africa. We're at a pub drinking beers.
It's just like it's so subjective. It's like what are you interested in? Like, I mean, like, you might be interested in things which are very close to you, like very kind of local issues, or you might be someone who's very focused on other parts, and you might be someone who's very socially focused, then this would be a huge deal. Like, people are focused on different areas.
We're in this room that we're here in Brunswick, stuck with like-minded people that think the same way, like, so you're in this bubble where you think everyone thinks the same way, everyone has, you know...
There's a lot of bubbles going on in Melbourne, isn't there?
There's bubbles going on all over the shop, I think, especially with the youth as well. In concentrated, you know, areas that think, oh, why doesn't everyone think like this? But we kind of just shows you that divide from where we are with everyone else that doesn't live like we do, and doesn't live in the scene with, you know, different cultures and different ways of life all combined into it.
Do you guys reckon that maybe we've like got it wrong though in society, in the sense of like we've confused the business contract, which is marriage, which is a business contract, with love? Maybe we should just feng shui like natural born killers and just tie a little string around our fingers at the bridge and say some poetry. What do you guys reckon?
Yeah. You rephrase the question, please.
No, I understand what you're saying. It's like, but it's about having the option, though, isn't it? Like, you can get married however you want, whoever you want. But if you're a gay couple and you want to get married in a church and you're Christian, then you should also be able to do that, as well as tying a string on a bridge.
Like,
it's the option, and that's the key thing.
It's equality is the main point we're going on.
Exactly. It's quite easy for you, like, you know, for someone to say, it's like, all right, yeah, sure, there's like more pressing issues like happening elsewhere, that sort of thing. It's like, this is a non-issue. I actually think that the fact that
it's a non-issue.
No. I think that the fact that most people consider it a non-issue is actually fantastic. It's just like, why are we still fucking talking about this? Why why isn't it legal?
That is the general consensus.
Well, in this bubble, sure. In this bubble, but it's like, but we're not we're not the people that this affects. Like we've got like gay friends and things like that, but like it's like this doesn't directly affect us. It affects the happiness of people that we know. Like, sorry, I'm speaking on behalf of just because I know these guys. Like we're all straight dudes.
But at the same time, all these people aren't just a big homogenous group. They all don't think the same. A lot of gay people I met that don't even give a fuck about it. They don't even want to get married. They don't have anything to do with it.
Well, no, I actually reckon we should go the other way and just make straight marriage illegal. And we can go for equality that way. Just ban marriage completely.
Why do you reckon we should ban marriage, man?
We won't have enough time to be able to address all of those points.
That's fair. Alright, so the other question I had was, alright, I noticed today, like on the trains, they have a little tag on the train that say anti-graffiti kind of protection on the glass. I'm like, how the fuck are you gonna protect from someone with a key that's just gonna scratch the shit out of it? That's what I want to know. These are the hard issues in Melbourne that we need to deal with.
What they do is they treat the glass at different temperatures. So you put one layer of glass down.
So you can't scratch that shit.
Well, basically the way they do it, like that's how Pyrex works too. So you put one layer of glass down and you cool it at a certain temperature. Next layer is basically a laminate of like 4 or 5 different layers of glass.
Unscratchable.
With the hardest ones being on the outside.
I think this is bullshit. I think glass is actually the easiest to clean. So
Really?
by saying like graffiti free, like anti-graffiti, the people are like, fuck that, I'm gonna spray all over the windows and bullshit. It's actually
They'll see it as a challenge.
for it. It's like a double bluff.
Totally.
That's actually a pretty good idea. That's actually a really good idea. So put a thing on the whiteboard saying it's like, you can't get whiteboard marker off this. And then it's
But then you can actually get it out.
easy. It's like no one's graffitiing the toilets anymore because there's a honey magnet over the corner.
You're just challenging the graphers. That's what I reckon, man. I saw a sign at one kind of outback Victoria Town. It's a big sign on a playground saying like, doodling on walls is for children. I'm just like, oh, that's so gonna get fucking bombed. Look at that. That's what I reckon.
Alright.
But it's called the easiest part of this house to clean. Sign. Just spread a sign on my
Please.
windows.
Yeah,
Do not
exactly.
graffiti.
So like maybe the graffiti is a bit of like, I don't know, maybe the what's under the surface of Melbourne that people don't want to deal with just emerging in a way. What do you reckon? Kind of the people that are shunned to the side. They went, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna put up my tag. They'll know me. What do you reckon?
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do you reckon that's going along? Do you think that's happening more so these days in the sense that more people that don't fit into the categories of society are being marginalized and shunned as the devil outsider?
Sure. No, happening more.
It's not a new thing.
Oh, it's not new at all. Sure.
I mean, it should be irate already because it's a nonsense, but it's not a new thing. So whether it's
human nature,
whether it's
really.
happening at a faster rate now than it was in the past, it doesn't really matter. Like if you want to make an difference,
You don't think it matters?
No, it matters, but it's not something that look what's happening. We need to do something. No, we should. If it's been like this for time immemorial, so we should.
Oh, but it's not always the same though. A lot of cultures do it a lot more than others, and some cultures are more freer than others.
What's happening that time? What have you seen that has allowed the situation to be?
Yeah, well, that's the crux of the question. Why do you think, if you do think it's happening more so these days, I was going to ask, why do you reckon?
Can I have a try?
Yeah, of course you can, man.
Oh yeah, I would all serious.
Yeah, check it out, man.
So nice.
It does. Smells really good.
Maple tobacco, ladies and gentlemen. We're representing in this 36 peppermint chambers of the reckoning.
It tastes like peppermint.
There you go, man.
It's definitely something else. Sorry, man, I completely just like overrode that whole...
No, not at all, man. We're all totally freeform. There's no pressure here at the Reckoning. You say whatever you like.
It's just minty.
It's pretty nice.
It's like having a Tic Tac.
Have you guys heard about this new group that's going on? It's called the Radical Honesty Groups. Have you heard about that?
Nope.
So this is people that just get together and they just like say the absolute truth of like whatever they're going through. I mean, like their personal truths, you know, it could be like really fucking deep and embarrassing. Like someone could say, I murdered a guy last week, you know, and you can't judge them. You can't throw any kind of condemnation on them, and you just have to try to be there for them and try to empathize, you know, with what they're going through and shit. What do you reckon about that, man? Do you reckon that's useful in society?
Sure, it just sounds like a support group. Yeah. I mean, obviously, if someone confesses to murder and, you know, was it like some sort of like contract that you sign?
Yeah, that's the rules, man. You can't disclose it. It's totally within the group.
Yeah, I feel like no, that's fine. Like realistically, like the amount of murderers who are going to go in there and announce that they've killed someone is going to be like so small compared to the amount of people who are actually going to be genuinely helped.
It's like, you know,
it's like incomparable. It's just like, yeah, okay, one person in a million. Yeah. Like, they're going, oh yeah, I killed this dude and no one can do anything. I didn't get caught. But like, I think it's quite obvious that the good outweighs the bad in that one, right?
But do you think that helps the psychology of people in general? Just to be able to have just step outside of the eggshell-oriented group of whatever they're in and just speak whatever's in their heart.
100%. For people who are looking for that and who need that, will find it, and if they can get it, they'll be so fun. And I can't particularly relate to it. Like, I don't think I need that, but I'm sure some people can, and it's great that they can get that.
You don't think you need a space where you can just be completely no holds barred, just spit whatever's inside of your heart chakra?
I pretty much do that in general life anyway. Like, I have that with my friends and my girlfriends.
Really? With everyone? Absolute truth. You just say whatever's on your heart, no holds barred. Shit, man, that's pretty ballsy. You know, it's not safe to speak, but I think it's even more unsafe not to speak. That's what I reckon.
Some profound words. Some people might not find comfort in revealing the whole truth to a bunch of strangers.
Yeah, well, maybe it's easier to strangers, you know, because they don't know you.
So in the same way, it might be easier to strangers. In the same way, it might be harder for you. There's options for everyone.
Exactly, yeah.
The boss man here finds it easier with his team.
You release what you want. If you want to release everything, you release everything. That's nice.
A lot of people don't have people to talk to.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, fantastic. It's a good project. Sounds like a good project for those that might need it.
Totally. Okay. Let me think of some questions there, guys. All right. So,
where'd the murderer thing come from?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying to like think about maybe a radical honesty group would be a good thing to start in Melbourne. You know, because I see Melbourne these days becoming a lot more eggshell oriented from my personal bias perspective, just what I see. Have you guys noticed that more so these days?
Isn't people being more careful about what they're talking about?
More eggshell oriented in the sense that people are more quick to draw offense these days than they were in the past.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
You haven't noticed that much more?
I feel like no. I feel like people do draw more offense, but because they're more aware.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I've only been exposed to that, like in the media, I think, like for the internet. So I haven't been personally exposed to like
in your personal life.
If you're not aware, there's something which like society might consider insulting to some people.
Yeah.
If you're not aware of that, then when someone says it, you're not going to be quite as like angry with what people say. But if you're aware of everything, then maybe you're gonna be more. I don't know. Maybe people got away with more shit. Like.
But isn't offense subjective? Wouldn't you agree? Because it seems to be worked into the laws that we have in Melbourne. This kind of objectivity to offense. I mean, you see it on the trains when you walk in the trains. No offensive language.
Yeah.
Offensive to who?
Yeah, exactly. Who defines what's offensive?
Exactly.
And yeah, that's you can say that almost any part of society. Like we should do this, we should do that, according to
Exactly.
him.
According to
him. And you can answer almost every question in society with
Maybe
that.
we should have a democracy in the sense that we all kind of vote and we all have our say on shit.
Yeah. And it probably just fits somewhere in the middle and it's kind of similar to how it is, maybe.
I've never had the parliament call me up and say, "Hello Basil, we're about to put in this new law. What are your thoughts?"
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's never happened to me.
Yeah, they don't contact you directly. Oh, hello. They don't contact you directly.
It's not like jury service or something like that.
Sorry?
It's not like jury service. It's like, you must come in here.
Yeah. It's like, what's your opinion?
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I'd love to do jury service.
Oh, no, the odds of getting something interesting is so low.
Really? I was hoping to get honestly, no, there'd be something, I'd probably get like, this guy hasn't
made parking tickets for like 4 years.
Yeah.
4 years.
But maybe if we all just get together as a society and just reckon together, maybe we can make our voices heard a lot more. You know, 2 minds better than 1, 3 minds better than 2. How about if we all just get together and have a bit of a reckoning? You know, don't you reckon we could change the world, man? What do you reckon?
Sure.
Maybe we need a revolution.
Things will get worse for stuff before there's a revolution. Like history dictates that almost. Like
True.
People
Has there been many good revolutions in the world where shit has turned out for the positive more so?
Well,
America, you know, right? The Civil War in America, the French Revolution.
French Revolution. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. There's so many revolutions. Very positive. But then we only hear history by the winners, though, don't we? Like, I mean, if it was the other way around, we'd be like, "Oh my god!" Yeah, it'd be completely the opposite way around.
Yeah, well,
I hate to think it would be the other way around, and we were sat in this alternative reality where we're all completely the other direction on certain things. It would be horrible, but it could happen.
There's a revolution in Australia.
Well, what I'm trying to start is just like a grassroots revolution of people that just get together and they reckon about shit and they implement the Socratic method, ladies and gentlemen. It's like, rather than getting offended about what somebody says, how about let's just try to empathize with their perspectives, and maybe then we can adapt and evolve to who we consider the devil outsiders of our relative groups.
Righteous, brother.
You can't really argue with that. Can you? Can't really argue with that.
A lot of people argue with it though, man.
No.
I mean, a lot of people don't want to reckon, man.
I mean,
reckoning's on decline, I reckon. A lot.
To me, it seems like obviously idealistic, but like, fucking do it. Let's go for it. Let's do it. Why not? Why do you try?
What change would you see in Melbourne if you could change one or two things, Basil? What would you change?
All right. Number one, I would rather than being nice, be kind.
Okay.
So there's a difference. See, like, nice is like the appearance of kindness. Right.
And what are some things that people can do on a day-to-day basis to be able to...
Number one, they could, when they hear a perspective that's a bit out of the box, maybe that contradicts the dogma of their relative groups or their own personal reasoning.
Stepping out of the crowd.
Rather
than... outside the square.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, of course, you know, our initial response, neurochemically speaking, to the anomalous for every human being is fear, is apprehension.
Naturally.
Which is fair. That's just evolution. That's how our genetics are wired. But if you confront that dragon of chaos and you kill that dragon, you rescue the gold, rescue the princess.
You are truly free.
I believe then you can adapt and evolve, and I think that's how evolution happens, man.
And that's how people on the streets of Melbourne should implement their day-to-day basis.
Simply put, man, you know, do whatever you like, but I think that you will end up a more satisfied and purposeful reckoner if you open your eyes more to the anomalous, marginalized, shunned members of your society.
Okay, so beyond beyond opening your eyes to view the world objectively as opposed to subjectively, being confined to your own box.
We can't view
what
it
else?
objectively.
What else can people do on a day-to-day basis to contribute to the reckoning?
Well, I just want to preface that it's all subjective. We all have our subjective views. I don't believe in objectivity to reality. I believe that objective reality exists,
Right.
but I don't think we, as very minimal processors, can actually fathom the vast complexities of reality.
Indeed.
That would be a utopia, which is almost unattainable. Indeed. If everyone thought objectively in the way which is better for everyone, that's the definition of utopia.
Speaking, of course, as primal fundamentalists. Yeah.
So you're primal fundamentalist.
Objectively speaking.
Okay. Do you ever release the power of the primal warrior, like Leno and Whitley?
Only when I'm alone.
What does that sound like?
Well, I'm gonna need a sock and about like half a liter of custard to be able to replicate the sound that you're speaking of.
We can provide this at the Reckoning.
I don't think they serve custard here.
We represent for the astral custard right here in the Reckoning, I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what? I reckon that...
I'm really curious about this. What do you reckon?
I reckon a lot of things, man, but I reckon that maybe if we all just get together and let out our primal screams and just reckon all the shit that we deeply suppress in our lives, we might have a bit of a healthier psyche. What do you reckon?
Have you seen that video where it's like John Lennon and Chuck Berry trying to jam and Yoko Ono keeps doing her primal scream over the top of it? Yeah, it kind of wrecks the whole thing, so...
I love Yoko.
There has to be a better way to be able to, quantify our existences by other than going... Yeah, exactly. There's got to be a better way.
I think it's all right. I think it's all beautiful. Like, there is a man in Melbourne, this Japanese guy, who has conductor sticks, and he walks around the streets conducting people.
Right.
And I think I get it, in a way. There's a kind of beauty and art to the random kind of nature to reality.
Sure, but you know what that is? That's the illusion of control. He's not controlling anything. He's pretending he is.
Oh, no, of course.
No, really?
Well, maybe he does think he's controlling. Or maybe he thinks he's going with the flow of the feng shui of Melbourne.
He doesn't. He thinks he's controlling the world. He's not, man. He's not. He's just like, we're controlling him at the end of the day. It's like the crowds crossing the street at Flint Street Station, they're controlling his conductor stick. He ain't doing shit.
How have you reached this perspective of the deep psyche of this Japanese conductor?
Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Pepper. So we represented the Reckoning for the peppers. Spicy pepper of life, ladies and gentlemen. See, when you reach the spicy pepper of life, how would you interact with it?
12.
12. That's the answer to everything. Is that some kind of significant number to you in some way?
It's an easy way out for me.
Mental age.
Sorry. Yeah, there you go. Mental age.
Wasn't there 12 wise men? Was that the correct number?
Is that right? Oh, it's 3. Oh, that's the kings.
I know, I'm fucking, isn't it? It's 3. It's 3 wise men, isn't it? 12 puzzles.
12 puzzles. No, you got onto something there. Well,
those are the motherfuckers that follow the star, wasn't it? To see Jesus.
Cards in a deck.
12 cards in a deck?
12 months in a year. 12 months in a year.
It's all archetypes, ladies and gentlemen.
52 weeks in a year. 12 months in a day. 4 weeks in a season. 4 weeks in a season. 4 seasons a year. Divisible by 12.
There you go. Do you gentlemen believe in fate? Do you reckon there's some kind of order to reality, or do you think it's all just random chaos?
I like to think it's random chaos. I don't like the idea of fate. No, I like the idea that I'm making my own shit up.
No, we've made our own fate by defining what we should do.
Yeah, exactly. So we're in control.
No, the society isn't there. So like the way, like as you said before, like the rise of 12 and everything. This is because some old scientists were like, this is how I understand this.
Yeah.
And no one didn't have any better ways to do that. Number to
12.
figure it out. 12. Where is it by this?
What's the answer?
Cool.
Oh, cool. How are you feeling right now? 12.
I thought the answer to the universe was 42.
Oh yeah.
Well, subjective, isn't it?
Subjective. What's the question then?
Well, we need to devise a new machine to devise the question, right? That's the Earth, right? We're all just trying to reach that feng shui, right?
Apparently.
Yeah. So who do you reckon is on top of the pyramid?
Ooh. Tutankhamun? Oh no, he's at the bottom, isn't he?
Could be. See, like, I heard that cat used to be a lion. The Sphinx. The Sphinx used to be a lion, I think, and some motherfucker changed it at some point in time.
Appropriation.
Yeah.
Appropriation. He didn't change it. He didn't defend. He appropriated it.
They castrated the cat, ladies and gentlemen. Why do you reckon that happened?
12.
12. It's the answer to everything in life. Yeah, true. So, do you guys? So you
post-feminism.
So you don't. So you don't believe in fate. So you reckon it's all just coincidences?
I know. I was saying that we define our fate. Like as I was saying, the numbers that define the seasons is made by someone else. Just like our fate is defined by how we should exist in society.
Something else. Yeah.
Haven't you ever had like an extremely out of the box kind of coincidence that is so strange that you can't fathom it?
Absolutely. It was beautiful and sweet on my tongue. It was fizzy. It wasn't too sweet, but it was dark. And it was called
Spicy
Dr. Pepper.
There you go, man. Dr. Pepper. 12 Dr. Peppers is the answer to life, ladies and gentlemen. 12 Dr. Peppers in a row. How do you reckon Dr. Pepper got his license, man?
Dr. Kellogg?
To make drinks? Is that what you're asking?
Or his doctor?
To make the pepper.
Oh, sorry, his doctorate. How did he get his...
Yeah.
Right.
His doctorate in peppergy.
In pepperology.
Yeah, pepperology.
I reckon for Mr. Kellogg, maybe.
Yeah, Mr. Kellogg.
Mr. Kellogg, you got it from Mr. Kellogg.
Charlatan. Not yet.
I reckon Mr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper and Dr. Kellogg.
Yeah, Mr. Pepper, come on, man. Respect your...
Dr. Pepper and Dr. Kellogg type.
Is he a real doctor, or is just a...
Or is he like... It's like
chiropractor?
Ronald McDonald's, not a real clown.
Yeah, I know.
Not a real clown. No credentials.
Clowns I've never found entertaining.
Oh, I know, they have their place.
They're creepy as fuck.
If you saw the
Creepy
best
shit out of me.
clown in the world, I reckon
you
I'd be
appreciate it.
You're like, wow, that's an art form.
I understand.
Maybe. But to me, it's always just been a creepy
the best
motherfucker.
clown is in the world?
I have no idea.
There has to be like a name associated with it. You know how like...
I reckon there's clown awards.
Well, but you know how we get like really interested in like in like niche sports.
Let's virtue signal and just say Donald Trump.
I have no interest in like MMA fighting or whatever, but I know who McGregor is.
McGregor is, yeah.
Exactly.
Everyone knows McGregor.
And that's my like only exposure to that. Like,
Yeah, so maybe it's like maybe a clown needs to fight Floyd Mayweather.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness, that'd be way clown.
I'm the best clown in the
It's like
CL
in the tri-state area, in the southern hemisphere.
I'm the best clown. I'll fight Floyd Mayweather.
This side of the meridian. Oh, yeah. I challenge Mayweather to come out of retirement. It's like if he is brave enough to fight me in
Stay in the ring. I'm the best
No,
clown. I'm the best clown.
You cannot fuck with the clowns, man.
This is true.
Have you seen those creepy clowns in like America? They're having like creepy clowns where they kind of like go on the side of the road and they just like freak people out in their creepy clown costumes.
Nope.
It's also from the new
Oh yeah, maybe.
Viral advertising.
Yeah, working to 20 years, so this is the next
2017, baby.
2017.
That's how you advertise a movie.
Yeah,
in
right.
Richmond, there's like a giant wall. It's like a street mural for what's the Requiem for a Dream director called? That dude who did like The Fountain and fuck, I can't remember his name. American dude. But yeah, so there's his new movie's called Mother or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And there's a fucking huge, like beautifully painted street mural for it. It's like that's how you have to advertise shit now.
Yeah.
For sure.
No, but anyway.
Yeah. It's like you get a coffee and it's got like an ad like written in the latte font.
Oh, totally. Just on the Zaf right there.
Yeah, it only comes in the soy or almond form though.
Yeah. It's like, the only thing I need in this coffee more is a few more nuts.
Oh yeah.
A few more nuts, hazelnuts. Oh no, hazelnuts actually really good. There it is.
How about activated almonds? I had an activated almond drink today. That shit was on point. Ladies and gentlemen, we're representing with 3 beers to the reckoning. We're 3 beers deep.
Tim.
Going deep in the dark, dirty, murky waters of Melbourne.
Our 3 of the reckoning.
Hour 3, ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry, I was so delayed. I was accosted by.
You were accosted?
Yes.
Really?
Oh.
Spicy.
It's not any better over here, Tim, to be honest. Like, I'm just gonna say, don't expect anything better over here.
Alright, so we need something to talk about, guys. What do you reckon about dreams for a subject? You guys ever had any dreams that have come true in real life?
See, I lucid dreamed once.
Oh really? What was that like, man?
It was fantastic. I was in my own house with a mutual friend of ours, and the reason why I noticed I was lucid dreaming because I was walking down my street, walked in, and realised that oh shit, like I know I'm dreaming. So then I went and upstairs and jumped out the window and woke up. It was fine.
So you jumped out of a dream, out of a window in your dream.
Because I knew I was dreaming. I had proof that I was dreaming at the time. It was great. It was great.
I had a dream once I was eating a giant marshmallow and I woke up, my pillow was gone.
No. That sounds like a lie.
True.
I don't know. But I'll believe you, man, for the sake of the record.
I think it's from Mary Poppins or something. Seriously.
We're representing with umbrellas of love, ladies and gentlemen.
Imagine Tuppence a lot in that movie, actually.
They
really do.
I had a dream.
Tuppence.
I had this week that I had to make this salad.
Sorry?
I had a dream this week I had to make this salad. And, but the salad was like
a... for salad?
No, like a traditional salad, but it was actually, the salad was made of pears. But the pears I had weren't like normal pears. They were pears, but they had a huge pip in it, like a mango.
Okay.
So they're really hard to cut, and I was scraping all this like terrible pear matter off this pear and throw it into the salad. It was literally the worst salad I've ever made. And then everyone was really angry at me for making this really bad salad, but I couldn't do anything about it because it was the pears.
You got reprimanded.
Yeah, and that's what happened. And it was kind of interesting.
Your pear salad skills are not on point, sir.
The only dream I've had like recently was, and like I never ever remember my dreams, but like there's actually like...
You must smoke a lot of weed.
No
comment.
Well, like there's actually like made me aware of, you know how they say it's like if you want to like, you know, get into lucid dreaming or like remembering your dreams or whatever, you have to like keep a dream diary and write everything down.
Oh, there's a lot of techniques.
Yeah, well no, so like I had this dream and it was about like, I pretty much wasn't in it, you know.
Oh yeah.
But it was about like my ex-girlfriend, and she was married to like she's living in Canada at the moment, but like she was married to an Icelandic dude. He was like this old guy. There's an amazing house like on like the coast of Iceland, and I went to visit or something like that. Maybe I wasn't, but like to get in between the villages, it was giant hills, but it was all like rolling plains and everything like that. But the guy's name was Lot or something like that, or Locke, and I distinctly remembered it.
Like a Viking.
Yeah, something like that. And so, and I thought it was hilarious. And I woke up and I was like Cara will actually think that this is hilarious too. Like the fact that I've had this.
Cara's your girlfriend?
Yeah, your ex-girlfriend, long, like years ago.
Oh yeah, no,
absolutely.
Hey brother, would you mind rolling me a smoke? Thank you, brother.
And so like I woke up and I sent her a message immediately because I thought I was like she's gonna think it's hilarious.
Totally.
And so I wrote out the whole dream to her and sent it to her, and like I remember every single detail of it as a result because I wrote it down.
There you go. Yeah, if you write it down. But there's also a lot of other techniques to lucid dream, ladies and gentlemen. One is looking at a clock, because there's no time in dreams. So if you ever look at a clock, it'll be just all squealy lines moving about. And the other way is...
you guys can get into this if you
want. Feel free to be involved if you like. We're doing a podcast. It's called The Reckoning. I go around the streets of Melbourne, ask people what they reckon about shit, and I put it to lo-fi hip-hop instrumentals. Yeah, there you go. We should untangle this motherfucker.
Yeah, you got a little bit more things going on there.
We're going to interlude The Reckoning, motherfuckers. We'll be back momentarily. Disclaimer, this is actually a dream and you are not awake right now. We're live and direct to The Reckoning, motherfuckers. What the fuck is up? How have you been?
We're live at 87 Clarence Street. Awaiting some real questions.
I have a real question. Do you have a lighter?
Yeah, just
You've got
Yeah,
a lit
man.
cigarette, like
Man, it's pipe tobacco, so.
that's
for the listeners out there.
Strong pipe tobacco, ladies and gentlemen.
Go out.
Strong pipe tobacco.
riveting stuff. This is really riveting stuff.
Really can't.
Unedited.
I can tell you some pretty riveting stuff. You smoke, right? You smoke, so.
I'm smoking right now.
There you go. Well, I recently bought, like about 1.8 kilograms of tobacco from America, right? And I spent maybe $1,500 on tax, right? Even so, it was still about $900 cheaper than like the fucking most expensive tobacco that we have in Australia. We have the most whack-ass tobacco laws in the world, man, with highest taxes on tobacco. So you can buy all that tobacco from America, gourmet, fucking pipe tobacco of love, from America. It's amazing. Well, don't touch my fucking fractured hand, man. What's up?
Was that a question?
I don't remember, bro. Fuck. Think about it.
I definitely wasn't. Should ask us something.
All right, bro. What have you guys been reckoning about lately?
What?
What have you been reckoning about lately? What's been prominent in your mind lately?
The world, be more specific.
I'm sorry, I was really fast.
I wonder if I've ever had milk from the same cow.
Why do we eat birds?
Why do we eat birds?
So strange.
Why do we or why don't we? Do we eat birds? I don't think we...
Chicken parma.
Oh, true. I guess.
Fucking hell.
I just don't think of them as birds because they're not flying, but I guess they are birds, right?
Oh, because they're crumbed with fucking ham and cheese on top.
No, because they don't fly. I just never thought of chickens as birds, but I know that they are, but I've just never just really associated them like that in my mind. Like birds are like...
Penguins are birds.
Okay, I believe you.
They're swimming fish birds.
We represent for the penguins here, they reckon. Sorry, man, could I just hold that light up? That's coming. It's gonna be annoying as fuck, I'm sorry.
Should breed like a line of
So, maybe I don't meet the standards of your podcast expectations, I don't know, but
I just want a question.
I'm a bit drunk. Okay, alright, I've got you. Alright, so, do you believe in fate?
I kind of do believe in fate okay, so we exist potentially in a series of parallel universes, but in a quantum, observation collapses the waveform and what we observe becomes the one true reality. So everything that becomes is fate. Doesn't mean there's no free will or choice in the matter. There is free choice and will in the matter. I can choose at any moment to stop talking to you and walk away.
Yeah, you have choice, yeah.
Or I can choose to stay and talk to you.
You're responsible for your own choices, right?
Yeah, but when this observation effect occurs, the wave function collapses and this one reality becomes what one might call destiny or fate. And that's just because when everything looking back is set in the one way.
Okay.
It doesn't have to be that way, but it is that way.
Alright. So, I guess it's hard to talk about fate because maybe like we have different understandings of like what we personally mean by fate. Like, yeah, my understanding of fate is like, there's a kind of like, there's an order, there's a purpose, there's a kind of feng shui to reality where the kind of has a yin yang to it. It's like there's a balance in life, and it's like there's some kind of like order that there's a trajectory that shit is going. It's evolving. It's becoming something. Like it's there's an arc to life. There's an archetype, throughout life. Like that's what I would mean by fate in the sense of like. Certain arcs kind of have a trajectory and that could be over like thousands of years, like so like you're just part of that.
That one evolved into a fucking dead end.
What is that? Is that a dugong? What is that? Is it a duck? It's a duck, man. It's a dodo. It's a dodo.
Thank you on the third guess.
Yes, it's a dodo.
Fucking dugong's an animal.
You got it right. I just fucking love dugongs, man. I represent the Dugons.
Things don't evolve to become more successful. Things evolve to fucking die.
What do you reckon is the next step of human evolution?
AI wipes out.
Yeah. So, are we going to merge with the machines, or
No, they'll just take us out.
they'll just take us out, like fucking Terminator? Well, Elon Musk seems to agree with you.
Well, no.
I mean, like he's a bit,
Well, man,
you know.
Stephen Hawking believes AI is a bigger threat to us than climate change. And if someone like Stephen Hawking is telling us that,
Yeah, he's not machine.
Sack's return.
Do you think Melbourne is ready for the sack?
Escape from sack. Go.
Melbourne?
Return of the sack.
Oh yeah, return of the sack. Oh yeah, return of the sack. Return of the sack. Return of the sack. Return of the sack. Return of the sack.
Guys, we're no longer licensed out here. Can you please make your way inside?
Fighter of the night, man. Champion of the sun. I fucking love coconut, man. What do you reckon about coconut? You reckon coconut?
I reckon it's a thing.
Ooh, do you like coconut water?
Why it exists?
I really like coconut. Do you like it? Do you like to rub it on your nipples?
all three of them.
It likes me to rub it on my nipples.
So it talks to you?
No, not in the actual sense of language, no.
Yeah, but no, in like in a spiritual sense.
Well, coconut speaks to me in a spiritual sense. No, it's a fucking nut. It grows on a fucking tree. It doesn't talk to me in a spiritual sense.
It's just not a nut, it's a cocoa nut, okay? So it's out of the box, it's cocoa crazy, man. You don't understand. The coconut is like next level.
It's a fucking nut.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but you know what I know about coconut, right? Have you ever tried the coconut water? Do you ever tried that?
I haven't indeed yet.
Do you like it?
It's acceptable.
Okay, alright. So, have you tried the ones from Thailand? The Thailand coconuts? Because they're different. Because you have the coconut, the normal one, it's a bit, this tastes a bit weird, but then you taste the ones from Thailand and they're super sweet, man. It's like this night and day, man.
Yeah.
Check out the fucking Thailand coconut water, ladies and gentlemen. If you fucking tried a little bit of coconut water and you're like, oh, fuck this shit. It's not that great. Which is true. The other one is. But, try the one from Thailand.
Beer is better.
Okay, so what alcohol is made from coconut?
Coconut liqueur.
Ooh, well that sounds fucking nice. I'm gonna try that shit.
Yeah, it sounds obvious.
Obvious? That does sound obvious. Yeah. You're on point, man. You got that one. So, the next step to human evolution, AI. Yeah, you reckon we're gonna merge? We're not gonna merge with the machines. They're gonna fucking take over, like Terminator. A lot of
putting words in my mouth a bit there. I never mentioned Terminator.
No, you didn't. But you reckon they were just gonna own shit, take over, you know?
No, I didn't say that either.
Oh well, but you thought rather than being like a mind meld between them, they would just be like our overlords. Was that kind of like what you were going on about though? No. So what did you say? We'll wait for the feng shui to be on point, ladies and gentlemen. I'll find a light and then we'll get ready. I'm a Viking. I have Nordic Viking blood in me, actually. It's true.
She's a Viking.
She's a Viking, really. Beautiful. I love it. She looks like a Viking. She's got a cowboy hat. She's representing for the Vikings here at the Reckoning.
Remember the jacket too.
Oh, nice. Not. There's a nice jacket as well.
The jacket get left behind.
She's a cowboy. Look, she's got a furry jacket. That looks warm as fuck.
All the listeners. Yes, except yeah. Because this is a visual medium.
No, this is a mic.
That's a mic. That's a spoffle.
What's a spoffle? Dude, please. That's the first time I've heard spoffle, and can I please use your lighter again? Oh my god. Fuck. Okay, I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say goodbye to Nikki.
Oh, I dig it. Like, I can't take it out of my left eye.
I have a question for you, man, if you want. Would you like a question?
Sure.
Alright, bro. Do you reckon people these days are more quick to judge someone and put them into a category rather than trying to empathize with the complex and nuanced perspective of the individual?
Well, I've got nothing to compare it to because I wasn't around.
No, your experiences in your life. Do you think people more so these days are quick to judge people rather than trying to empathize with the individual's unique and nuanced perspectives?
No idea. I have nothing
Not
to
a
compare
relevant
it to.
question, really. Imagine somebody asking a question like that.
You need to ask
I don't know where the relevance is at, bro. This is my relevance that I was just gonna ask a question, bro. But if you don't want to answer it, that's fine.
No, I'd like to answer it in some detail, please.
Please. or not. You know, there's no fucking pressure, bro. I mean, like, I'm not relevant to you, though. So maybe you say what you would like to talk about that's relevant, and we can talk about that.
No. You might know what. Okay, so your question was about judging individuality.
So my question was, do you think these days, in your personal experiences, people are more quick to judge you rather than trying to empathize with the complex and nuanced perspective of the individual? You're quick to put them in that category and say, you're the devil of our particular group, rather than trying to empathize.
The milieu of the people I know, I live in the inner north of Melbourne. The milieu of people I know would tend to run completely contra to that argument.
Okay.
Completely contrary.
So
to that
from your
argument.
experience, you haven't noticed that growing more so these days?
As in people...
In your personal life, yeah.
Making hasty judgments about other people based on fuck all information.
More so these days than the past?
Yeah, no. No, not at all. No, just flat no.
And how about you, man? Have you noticed this going on more so in Melbourne these days?
1, 2, 3.
And do you have a lighter I can borrow?
I've got a lighter.
You're like fucking kidding me, mate.
I think it just.
I hope that mic's still on.
It just depends.
You are fucking hopeless.
What could I say? I'm multiple fractures in, ladies and gentlemen, 3 painkillers deep in the reckoning with a skateboard and some duct tape and some fucking bourgeois as fuck maple tobacco from the States.
Yeah, you're fucking killing it.
How do you give a fuck, Jack? People can fucking say, oh, fuck this guy, who are you? Who are you with a microphone? You think you're special, you think you're better than me.
No, but
I don't give a fuck.
It's a little bit of fun, isn't it?
I'm not saying that you are, but I get this, man, because
It's still a bit of fun. It's like a fun game, right?
it's something called sociopathy.
You're having fun, right?
Yeah, I'm having a great time, man.
Yeah, good. That's all that matters. I'm having fun too.
No, dude.
We're playing a parlor game, right? Like,
Even when people get offended, you know, I treat them, you know, like, I love everyone, bro. I want to treat them with love, man. Like, I'll mock and I'll take jokes because I think, you know, that's how we kind of interact and we can get on a better kind of fucking vibe as people, I reckon. Feel free to be included in the podcast if you like, man, bro. We're doing a podcast. It's called The Reckoning.
Podcast.
Yeah, do you know podcasts?
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, so I go on the streets of Melbourne and ask people what they reckon about stuff, and I put it to hip-hop instrumentals. It's called The Reckoning.
Cool.
Yeah. So, what have you been reckoning about lately, man? Feel free to have a seat if you like.
It's pretty cool, man. Dude, I've never seen something like this before.
Yeah, but what's where are you from? Like,
I'm from Brazil.
Oh yeah, that's right. I talked to you earlier.
Yeah.
True.
You reckon that?
Yeah,
bro. Do you guys want to be included in the podcast?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, fuck yeah. So we just ask people what they reckon about stuff, like what they think about stuff.
Which stuff?
Anything.
I have many ideas.
Exactly. What have you been thinking about lately? What would you like to talk about?
What I talk about today with my friends in my job.
Yep.
Was talk about between religion and science.
Okay. Do you have a light? Your cigarette's still lit. You just need to inhale.
No, it's not.
You just need to inhale. It's still smoking.
It's going out now.
It's not lit. Okay.
I was gonna try and throw
How much their religion can make crazy stuff and people trust in something which sometimes it's not the truth.
Yes.
But at the same time,
do you think there's different kinds of truths though? You know, you have the functional truths for your day to day. You have the
you have my truth, and your truth, and the truth.
Always there is three stories: yours,
like,
mine, and the truth.
But you can also have functional truths. Like I know if I roll this tobacco and I smoke it, I'll enjoy myself.
Yeah, but religion never is true.
But then you have like the meta truths, you know, the metaphorical truths, you know, like
my view.
The bigger truths of life, like meaning and purpose and all that kind of shit. You know?
Religion.
It's different truths.
Religion sometimes make people getting better for some reason.
True, and it can help a lot of people as well.
You can help.
There's a dualism.
But how many people they try to kill it? You know,
it's true, but it's tribalism.
If you know
tribalism,
about,
right?
you know about the story, you know.
Yeah. It causes a lot of conflict between people when we have our groups and we say these people are devils of our groups. We don't want to interact with them.
Kill everyone.
Those are those guys. Fuck those guys. Fuck them. We're not going to adapt. We're not going to have a bit of fucking tolerance and
one thing is
adapt to some views that are
funny
different.
about religion. You believe in something. I believe in another thing. He believes in another thing.
It's okay though.
It's three different ideas.
It's okay.
It's pretty much like a soccer team.
It can be, but it doesn't have to be.
Oh, your dad or someone push you for like that shit.
It doesn't need to be a competition though.
And then you like it, but you don't have any idea.
It doesn't have
why
to be a
you
competition.
Just like
it's true, man. No, you guys, I'm not joking. It's true.
I know.
You know, like you so young, you don't really you don't give a fuck about religion or whatever. And your mama, you have to come to the church. You don't do bad things because you're not going to the heaven. Then we push ourselves in rules which we are self-made that for to live in harmony. But you don't have to put God or religion to do that. You can just be good anyway.
Human ethics.
But people have to get that like. I have to do this. If I'm not doing that, no good.
Yeah, you gotta learn that shit for yourself, right?
And then
through life.
People just do because they think that's right enough for God, but no.
It doesn't work just to
what
be
you
told
have
this is
to
good and
do
bad.
to
You need
be
to
a
learn it, right?
good person in the time of your life. You know, and I like to know about different kinds of religion, but I don't have mine.
Yeah. You like to learn all of them, yeah?
It's good you learn about them, but you cannot just follow something blind.
Like Bruce Lee, man, he studied all the fucking arts, man, and he got a lot of shit for that, saying like, oh, you're not gonna train with the other the Chinese kung fu people. He's like, nah, fuck that. I'm gonna train with everyone. I'm gonna become a fucking soldier of death.
It's the same about knowledges. You have to understand.
Yes. You have to be a scientist, man. You have to be open to shit in life, man.
One thing, what I really believe that.
Scientists and carpenters,
We'll have to measure twice and not once.
True.
I don't think Jesus' story was a fake.
You don't think Jesus was fake?
No, I think
we're representing for Jesus at the reckoning.
Pretty real, but it's not
the view what we have. It's not.
It's not the view that we have.
Yeah, it's like you imagine it. I don't know how old is Jesus?
Oh, 2017.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
2017 ago. Yeah?
Yep.
People doesn't know anything. So
it's true. I agree with that.
And then you imagine it. Ships from another planet come.
Yes.
Fly in the sky.
Yep.
How people are gonna describe that? Angels come and fly.
Yeah.
And then gonna draw.
Oh, you think maybe aliens?
Flies, man.
Aliens, yeah.
That's the point.
It's a possibility, man.
For me, Jesus was an alien.
What do you guys reckon? Do you think Jesus was an alien?
Was
so.
a
What do you guys?
artificial insemination,
man.
For the virgin.
Well,
he had special skills.
By definition, he's an alien, isn't he?
But looks like
even in the religious context, though, right? Because he's out of this world.
No comment.
In the religious context, he's an alien as well, though, isn't he? Because he's out of this world, right? That's what they believe.
He had special skills. Like
special skills, ladies and gentlemen. Walking on water like a
water,
like a fucking soldier.
Water and wine, all this shit. Because
healing people in the streets, ladies and gentlemen.
If you follow the Bible, then say Adam and Eva, yeah?
Who's that?
The girl, Adam and Eva.
Eden and Eva.
You know this story.
Adam
and Eva. Yeah, God.
Adam and Eve. Yes.
If you think it's really simple question. We come from then. All world what we know is a fucking big dirt party.
It's a big dirt party.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know why?
Why?
He has a daughter and a son with his wife. For create more family, someone have to fuck his daughter.
Yes.
Or the only son. So
that's how it had to be at the early stages, I guess.
So what's the point? Religion can be, with this idea
like a contradiction
to family fuck each other for procreation.
Well, it changes over time. It seems to be more like a reflection of the collective psychology of the people because they're writing it. The people are writing it, right? And it changes over time because people are evolving over time, and their ideas change.
What I say to you.
What do you guys reckon?
What the Bible says?
That probably stay constant.
Stay constant. Like archetypes.
In terms of religion and morality.
Stay constant in all religions.
They're like murder's never really that
What I
highly
say
looked
to you
upon.
is about
In all religions? I'm sure there's some religions that are way big on murder, man.
Rape, incest, pedophilia. I think regardless of religion, there's a strong moral dissent.
All groups can go good or bad, I reckon, man. It all depends on the individuals involved and all the choices they make. That's what I reckon.
Give one.
Beautiful podcast, man. I love this. It's fucking gold. Thank you for being part of it.
Have to feed from
Give me a question. Something I can respond to.
Okay, what's the craziest dream that you've ever had?
Oh, fuck off.
The crazy dream. 1 week ago, I had a dream. I was in a place with my sister. She lives in Brazil. And we was talking about place, walking around, and I saw all building, all this shit. And I said, Macau. Done. I woke up and said, what is Macau? And then I look in the internet, and I found a place in China called Macau. It looks exactly what I have the dream, but I never looked at this before, never. It's not like something in my subconscious. Just
outside of the box,
It's just like I never looked for that, I never heard about it. And I have a fucking dream. Woke up with the words in my mind, searching the computer, and I found a place really, really similar than what I had a dream. street food or all these things. And then what's crazy for me,
Why can I have a dream about a place that's completely familiar to me, but in a dream it doesn't look anything like that place in reality?
And same with people as well in your dreams. They look like someone you know, but they're not quite them. They're just a bit different. You know, they got like something a little bit different about them.
about people.
Yeah, your dreams are they're a bit warped like that, you know, they change. You know, places, people.
But there is a lot of things we can talk about dream.
Yeah.
Maybe just some kind of emotions when you mix and you have a dream, some things what you want to do or you scared about something. Someone say it's a signs for the way what your life, you know, like.
Yeah, totally.
So you're never gonna know that because sometimes make a lot of sense, sometimes doesn't make any sense. So
I appreciate it.
And the science never proved that. And
prove what?
Prove how much is real or not your dream.
Yeah, like what is really real.
No one proved your dream is real or something when could be true.
Yeah, they have best fitting models.
Or if you're just emotions or maybe your soul.
We never know.
Your body for a while.
We don't know absolutes. Yeah.
Go around.
Sure. Okay.
Different realities.
Sure.
Universe. Maybe when you have a dream, it's not you here, it's another you somewhere else. You know what I mean?
Totally. Like, I've recently been playing a lot of binaural frequencies when I go to sleep. Do you know about binaural frequencies?
Yeah,
right. So I've been playing these like instrumental stuff when I go to sleep, and they've been really affecting my dreams.
Really, man?
Yeah, like really crazy dreams, man.
Crazy, like not bad dreams, only like long trips.
The thing is, like, I think your dreams reflect the choices and the character and the personality that you have. So, good and bad dream is the choices that you make.
Yeah, it's what's in your mind, you know? Like hide in your mind and just shows up when you're dreaming.
But like when you dream, like if it's bad and you approach the bad, you walk towards it and you deal with that shit. Yeah. Then it becomes a good dream.
Yeah,
so like that was the kind of dreams that I had, like crazy dreams. But
sometimes you have a dream,
you deal with it and you work for it, and then you succeed.
Yeah. Sometimes you have a dream, you can control your dream.
Yeah, like
lucid dream. That's happening with lucid dream.
Yeah, lucid dream all the time.
It's so funny. And when you wake up and it's continue the same dream, it's crazy.
Yeah,
so good.
Dude, I've had reoccurring dreams, man. How weird is that? Like you go to the same place, dude. Like I woke up in a dream clinic once. There's like all these fucking doctors around. They're like, it was like dream school. You go there to learn to dream and shit. Yeah, you know, it's like I've been there like heaps of times, but I just like keep like forgetting it.
Yeah,
it's really weird.
It's very hard, man. It's inside your mind. Nobody can figure out what's happening.
If you could choose, live
100%
life, how hard it is, or if you could live a dream, what do you choose?
Live life.
Live life. Doesn't matter if hard or not.
Yeah, no, because
or if you can live, you know, Vanilla Sky. Have you watched the movie?
You find meaning and purpose when it's hard, though. Adversity is a good thing in my eyes.
But if you live your dream,
shapes your character.
But if you live your dream, that's not mean you're not gonna do anything. You're just gonna do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Okay. It's a big question.
Yeah, for sure.
I really don't know what I could choose. Because it's a little bit cliche, you know, I'm gonna live a life. If you have opportunity to live what you want.
But I think you need to make your opportunity in your life, man. You gotta fucking
but sometimes you don't have.
Like a soldier.
You should make, but sometimes you don't have. You know that. How many people
but
do you guys
frustrate with story all these things?
Do you guys reckon adversity can be a good thing? And I'll give you a context. Okay, look at all the greatest musicians in the world, guys. All right, and lady. So I'll include you. All right.
How very generous.
All the greatest. Funny, sir. All the greatest musicians in the world, right? All the greatest, really good artists, man. Wouldn't you agree that their childhoods, they've suffered through a lot of adversity most of the time? All the really great artists.
Would you not
not agree that most human beings suffer through adversity at some point in their lives. For example, everybody loses somebody they love, everybody encounters obstacles, everybody suffers in one way or another.
It's true, but it's not an answer to the question either.
So there are ways of expression. You was talking about musicians, right?
Yes. I was saying the question was, do you think adversity is a good thing? Because I've noticed can be a good thing because I've noticed
doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
I've noticed that musicians and stuff, a lot of the really great artists in the world, they all have suffered a lot in their lives.
Maybe it's because they chose to be fucking artists and there's no money in it.
But maybe not all of them. Not all of them. And people degree like what's happening in their life. Maybe for me something happened that was pretty bad, and maybe if the same thing happened to you, it's not as bad as it was for me.
Perception, for sure, that is true. So do you think? Oh yeah, so it could be a good thing to some people, and to some people they'll just take it as a bad thing. It's all just. So it's up to the person. They can see it as a good thing, or they can see it as a bad thing, right?
Well, I don't think it's so black and white.
Yeah.
I mean,
they can see it as a bad or a good thing, or they can see it as neither bad or good.
no, I'm not saying this.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. I'm just trying to understand what you mean by what you're saying.
Yeah, what I'm saying is, if something bad happened to me, and if something bad happened to another person, I might take it a different way. Like I might react to these things in different way. And I'm not saying that, like you said that all the greatest musicians has dark past.
A lot of the really great musicians and artists in the world have gone through a lot of adversity.
But maybe also their life became great, and that's what's also made them a great musician in maybe that period of time.
Ooh, do you like coconut water?
Why it exists?
Do you like it? Do you like to rub it on your nipples?
All three of them.
It likes me.
So it talks to you?
No, not in the actual sense of language, no.
Yeah, but no, in like in a spiritual sense.
Coconut stinks in a spiritual sense. No, it's a fucking nut.
So
some people are just fucking pussies.
Adversity, just to give some kind of definition, I guess, because that would make more sense. Adversity is where you have people set against you and your ways and who you are as a person. They want to tear you down, and they don't like you. They don't like what you're doing. They don't like your hat. They don't like the fact that you're straight or gay or white or black or whatever you are. They want to fucking say, no, fuck you. We're gonna put you down. That's adversity. That's a good place.
So that's all human beings, right? That you're talking about.
Not all human beings
face adversity. Yeah,
sure. Of course, all people face adversity in their lives.
Yeah, sure.
But some people face a lot more extreme adversity than others.
Yeah. Minorities.
Not only, but we all are minorities in some fucking way.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I get it all the time. Like people look at me and they're like, oh, look, you're white, you're straight, you're cis, you must have had a fucking privileged life. And it's like, you have no fucking idea the kind of life I've lived, man.
Just because you're white?
All the fucking time. What are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I get it all the time. Oh, you're white, you're a cisgender, you're a fucking this, you're that. Fuck you, you're the devil of our group. All the time.
Really, bro?
Yeah, bro, that's Melbourne. But it's okay, it's all love. I'm not here to judge that guy. It's all about love here, man. I'll just make fun, I'll mock and I'll have a good time and I'll joke with people, man. Because that's how we fucking empathize with people and get outside of our own heads.
So we get fun, man, fun and games.
That's how we fucking get by, man. You know, have a bit of a joke, have a bit of a laugh.
Bit of banter.
Bit of you know, we're all getting it on here at the reckoning, man. You made me want to roll a smoke, man. The dead fetus on your tobacco it's enticed me. I need to roll a cigarette.
job. I'm there.
How much shame can you handle as a smoker? Look at that dead baby. It's just like, fuck.
Killed it myself.
Dude.
Killed it myself.
The little boy with the gas mask looking over you.
It wasn't even terminally ill.
Gave me emphysema.
It wasn't even terminally ill.
And Brian, he didn't even die.
I just thought there were too many people on the planet, so I put it to death. I put it to death like it was a fucking stillborn kid.
Holy shit, that is fucking ruthless.
That's for me. It was
where that came from.
Amazing to learn.
Is there any chance I could steal a cigarette off you, bro?
It's not because, as you can see, that's my supplied tobacco and I don't have any filters in there. I've got 2 papers.
Could you please roll a smoke from my tobacco?
Oh, I see. Yeah, sure.
Thank you, man.
Something terribly wrong with your hand.
Fractured, represented in multiple fractures in 3 painkillers deep, ladies and gentlemen. Fuck you. All right, we're gonna interlude the reckoning. We'll come back in a second. Roll a cigarette. We'll see you in the collective unconscious, Melvin. Representing on the streets of Melbourne, in the icy tundra of Melbourne. Sound from the depths of Melbourne, ladies and gentlemen. We're here to represent.
Where do you put this online?
YouTube, man.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm just some guy. I'm not affiliated with any kind of like Illuminati, apart from the fact that I did interview the founder of the Illuminati last week.
I was going to say this was someone that's definitely involved in the Illuminati.
No. The street performer Desire. Oh, you don't need to point the mic to me, so I got a mic right here.
Now I am suspicious.
Oh no,
he's got the terminology down pat.
Dynamics, sir. This is a condenser right here.
That in goes in your mouth.
GVC in music production.
That's what she said.
From Halifax College. Hang on. I thought typical that one.
Yeah, so how are you guys feng shuiing this evening? How do you feel like you're feng shuiing tonight?
I don't think that's a verb.
It's a feng shui.
Maybe I need to provide some. Maybe I need to provide some context to the feng shui.
A noun and an adjective.
All right.
Every noun can also be.
So I'm focusing
every noun can be a verb.
Focusing on the feng shui of my room.
In modern language, a noun can be about something else.
It's like I am pizzaing my night.
I don't know. I'm quite smitten.
I mean, like no one would question what you were doing.
Let me give some context.
What do you think about that?
How so?
Jane?
Yeah, Jane, what are your thoughts? Drop some gems to the collective unconscious of Melbourne.
There, isn't it? Pizza.
I try to avoid the unconscious as much as I can, but I don't know what understand.
He did it very good.
I'm struggling to put that in a sentence.
Are they conscious?
Well, you know, by mere virtue of it being unconscious, I mean, I don't think you can, really, right?
Yeah, that's one of the very few sentences that
I will be in a few hours.
I think this is why we go to bars to get away from all this existential shit, isn't it? What do you think about that, Mr.
I go to bars to get into the existential, man. I don't know about you.
Oh, yeah?
Existential?
I go fucking deep in the reckoning.
I go to bakeries for my scones.
Yeah?
So.
Hi-oh! We represent for the scones here at the reckoning.
Fuck yeah.
We're 3 fractures deep, ladies and gentlemen. Painkillers and beers all around. Let's see if I can light this lighter with multiple fractures. Let's see how we go. I can't do it, sir. You have to help me.
You're a mess.
I know. I'm an absolute mess, ladies and gentlemen.
What happened to your wrist?
This conversation's like a fractal.
Don't talk about the fractals.
Oh, we're talking about the fractals, ladies and gentlemen. We're going deep.
I think we might be.
What do you reckon the universe is made of?
A4. 2 ply.
Is it an A412?
Spider webs and magic.
Webs.
I know that's from the movie, isn't it?
Spiders and darkness, ladies and gentlemen, like the Nightman.
The ends of red. End up in the packet.
Fighter of the Nightman. He's champion of the sun.
He's a master of karate and friendship for everyone. Dayman. Master of the Nightman. Champion of the sun.
He's a master of karate.
He's a master of karate.
Representer of Pluto.
For everyone. Fair time.
I'm 3 painkillers deep, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're representing the reckoning. Now, ladies and gentlemen, how do you
Are
line...
you worried that people are going to forget the name of the show while they're listening to it?
How did you know, sir? You look deep. No, we're not actually live and direct. I just like saying live because it sounds cool.
I get you.
But do you?
What was the question?
What is the question? That's the question.
I'm going to need some time alone after that one.
42, ladies and gentlemen. Meditate in the lotus position and then you will reach enlightenment. Enlightenment to the question.
It's pretty dark out here.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
Except for the fairy lights, which provide an ample
And the glowing fire.
diffused light.
Fairy lights and red dragons, ladies and gentlemen.
Alright. That's why you keep saying red dragon.
That is the first time I've said red dragon.
You said red dragon a bunch of times.
That is a lie. That is an absolute lie.
He's definitely said dragon a couple of times. Maybe not red dragon.
I'm not even sure about that. Where are you going with this one?
Oh, no. Big caught off guard again.
We can always.
I'm the dragon guy.
I'm the dragon after all. That's what I have to admit.
I'm the shiny golden dragon of the night. Alright, so if you were a dragon, where would you fly to?
Nunawadi.
Restaurants. What are you talking about? Nice.
Whereabouts am I?
The restaurant.
The north. You guys to the north.
It's all going on in the north.
No, stick it to the summer one.
Lang Warren.
Keep
Stick
it
to the summer one.
Could you let us
Keep
talk
it with the ancestors.
Pyongyang.
Pyongyang.
What about them? Tax breaks.
Are you guys watching Game of Thrones? Have you been checking it out?
Nah, I mean, I watched the first series like a couple of weeks ago for the first time. I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Really?
I read the books. I've read the books.
Oh, yeah, probably.
I
Probably went through Justice
haven't
League.
watched Game of Thrones since
1985.
the last 2 seasons. I've watched the Game of Thrones fan fiction, which has been calling itself Game of Thrones, but I haven't watched actual Game of Thrones. I'm just gonna say what we're watching is a Game of Thrones.
In the first series, which is what I've watched, in the first series, Jaime and Cersei, they're not hot. They're in the books. They're fucking like they're dons. Like they're ruthless on the next level. You see too much of their weakness in the first series. There's Cersei, it takes too much shit from the past. Jaime, I don't like to be sick. No, in the books, they don't take no shit. That's what I don't like.
the fucking eggshells.
So that's what this is. What I'm told that gets better. They become more like dickheads, which is what they are.
The whole thing gets more brutal after the
Yeah, but it was straight off the bat for me when I read the books. Like these two are fucking. You don't mess with them, you know. Serious A-level players.
It's just like Days of Our Lives set in, like King Arthur times with dragons.
Man, that is such a strong amount of Game of Thrones, man. Game of Thrones is like next level.
Man, I don't know enough about Days of Our Lives. I'm afraid to I appreciate the reference and I can understand what that means, but like I can't relate with that directly.
Joey.
Oh, from Friends? Oh yeah, no, I haven't seen that either. Sorry.
Sorry, never seen Friends.
Yeah, no, I can't do it. I've tried because.
is the
fucking Sorry?
Friends is
Yeah, I can't do it.
I can't watch it.
Seinfeld I love to death. Can't do Friends.
Yeah, that's like an Australian cultural.
It really
kind of
is.
thing.
It's weird.
Like I don't get that. Like we never had Seinfeld was never on.
You grew up with Friends. You can't tell me you hate Friends. Over the other shit we had to watch. Big Bang. Okay, that's later.
Oh, Big Bang can suck a dick.
I choose Friends and Big Bang Theory.
How I Met Your Mother.
Monster.
How I Met Your Mother dog shit.
I've got a mild soft spot. Super mild.
That show. Well, the US one.
2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps.
That's a classic.
No, it isn't.
It's terrible.
But it's better than fucking Friends, though, isn't it, Tim?
New Girl. You guys watch New Girl?
That's American, though. We're talking about British.
Oh, we're talking about British, okay.
Green Wings, I mean, like ones that
Grange
run away
Hill.
with the show. Nice, you know.
Grange Hill.
You just know I'm gonna lay a fat delay over that shit.
That would be awesome. I reckon Tim's voice is meant to.
Really? Oh man.
Say that a bit closer to the mic.
We got 5 minutes, ladies and
Closing
gentlemen.
up the back.
5 minutes, ladies and gentlemen.
We got 5 minutes.
In the icy thunder of Melbourne.
That's all we got.
5 minutes. To lay some gems to the collective unconscious of
I
Melbourne.
gotcha.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you had one transmission to broadcast to the entire world, what would you lay on the cosmos?
Don't eat yellow snow.
James Joyce,
Fuck yeah.
Barnaby Joyce's father.
Aha, there we go.
Barnaby Joyce's father is actually called James Joyce.
Really?
No shit.
Immaculate Conception.
There we go.
I don't know much about Barnaby Joyce, but I'm gonna put him in my rap. Fuck it.
There you go.
There was,
Don't do that.
there was
I make a rap for every episode where I talk about, the shit goes on in the podcast.
It really?
Talk about this man.
Yeah, so it was acoustic lo-fi rap.
Hip hop.
Acoustic lo-fi hip hop.
No. I put lo-fi hip hop
Lo-fi, no,
instrumentals
acoustic lo-fi.
to the
Lo-fi.
dialogue, but I rap myself, so I make a song rapping about what goes on in the podcast.
Can I describe myself so that it's part of it? I'm just like, all right, I'm like
Simpsons fucking drawer or whatever it is.
Yeah. I'm 6'1". I have brown mousy hair. I'm currently wearing a hat. I'm wearing a denim jacket and a
jacket.
How would you say? Is this like a check shirt? It's not a plaid shirt, is it? Maybe it's plaid. Plaid shirt. All right, I'm wearing a plaid shirt.
Gingham is not
I think it looks more Romanian.
It's a wide gingham. It's a wide gingham check.
Plaid, ladies.
Check. Sorry, I just said plaid's not a country. What are you talking about? I understood where you were going with the joke, but I just forgot about the first part.
Plaid is where all the money lads go to.
Shirt's not a country.
Hey, wait. You guys are from Britain, right? Did you realize that we have lads in Australia?
Liars.
Lads. Yeah, we have lads, but we call them chavs. Have you ever heard about that?
That's completely wrong.
No, sorry.
Yeah, no, you got that way wrong.
We have chavs, but we call them lads. Yeah.
Dude, no, you're all over the place.
No, that's true. That's true.
I think this chav is.
We totally stole the
chav's a
chav.
bogan, right?
Chav's
We
like
totally
closest
stole
chav
the
is
chav
bogan.
from England now.
Chav bogan is like a translation. Chavs and bogan.
They're like sort of towny bogans.
Yeah, well, they're more like the big city bogans, They're wearing the Nikes, they're wearing their short shorts,
Yeah, big
they got their
city
bombers.
bogans is like how you describe it.
But one thing that I would like to add to the cosmos. There was an individual
I'm getting close with this one.
born in the 70s, northwest England, the oldham area of Manchester, Greater Manchester. He went on to become one of the greatest ever to stroke a ball in the history of the game of football. He won many trophies, won 2 Champions League medals.
How many Premier Leagues did he win?
Over 10.
I think it's maybe 12, is it? I believe it's 12.
It could be 12. It could be 12. He goes. He's been known as the Ginger Genius. Wore the number 18 for many years and 22 as well.
There's only one man this could be.
And Mr. Paul Scholes. Paul Scholes. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would do your research, you'll find that this man can only add to your life. Watching him, just type him into YouTube, type him into Google, you'll find everything you need to know. He's greatly improved my life, my existence. Just knowing him and knowing of his name is brought wonders and probably increased my life expectancy by at least 6 or 7
I believe he
years.
won 12 Premier League titles. The same as Beckham. Giggs actually
No,
won 13.
Beckham didn't win 12. What are you talking about? Beckham left in 2007.
2012.
You what, man?
So no, you're chatting shit. Giggs won 13, I believe.
Giggs won 13, Scholes won 12. Then.
Nah,
All right.
12. Scholes won 11. We can.
Okay, so
Scholes, best player ever. That's all you need to know about. Forget all the other sports.
Seeing as we're
scores goals.
We're nearing the end. We're nearing the end of this particular interaction. I think we should take a take a moment to do plugs. Right. All right. So
plug your shit.
We've all contributed our time. So now let's each take time to plug something.
Plug
so
one.
What do you want to promote?
Let's talk about our project.
Paul Scholes.
Paul Scholes.
Yeah.
All right.
Great man. Really great man.
Right. I've got fuck, I should have thought about this before.
Piss tapes.
Oh, Piss Tapes. Okay, so alright, so you guys should check out this pretty cool web series that's coming up called Piss Tapes. Ooh. And basically what it is you know, it's like it's 3 main hosts, and they go into a pub, and then there's a short interview with the person, the venue owner, the guy that owns the venue. Yep. And then we go into the bathrooms and we choose a couple of the stickers on the walls for the bands, and then we review the bands that are advertising themselves on the toilet walls. It's called Piss Tapes.
Piss Tapes?
Yep, check it out. www.pisstapes.wordpress.geocities.com. So it's a
fucking great name.
What do you guys want to promote?
Thank you. I'm sure you're not endorsing writing as well.
It's the I thought I'd never had.
Promote. You got a band, you got something.
Hey dudes, when those ciggies are done, something to
Cool, thanks man. What are we promoting?
When the ciggy of life is finished, ladies and gentlemen.
It's like the
Corner Hotel. We're going to see a band at the Corner Hotel?
30th of September. That's the one.
Because we can't write songs anymore.
We can't write songs anymore, so we're playing an epic tribute show.
Alright, so you guys are a band?
We are now.
Right, alright, what do you guys call yourselves?
Why can't you write songs?
What's the name of the band?
It's a
Negative Gears family band.
Negative Gear family band, and you do a tribute show.
I love it.
At the 30th at the Corner Hotel. What's the tribute? It's a good
you can still play it with the music. You can play tribute band, but you can
Holy
also write your own
shit.
songs.
That's obscure.
You just do that to have fun and write your own songs.
And so just give us a short introduction to each of what you guys play in the band.
Yeah, what's your shtick?
Playing bass, what's your name?
Lois.
Lois, nice to meet you.
I'm Kane, I play violin.
Kane plays violin. Right on. So it's a 4-piece, is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, and?
I play the tambourine and sing.
Oh, right on. What's your name?
James.
James, are you the lead singer? Or?
No, just a bit of vocals here.
Backup vocals. Right, so who's the lead singer? Oh, sorry.
My name's Brendan Bonsack Jr.
Right, you can check me out.
Bonsack, ladies and gentlemen. Bringing back the sax, ladies and gentlemen.
Bring back the sack.
Sack of life.
2617.
Return of the sack.
Sax return.
Do you think Melbourne is ready for the sack?
Escape from Sacco.
Melbourne?
Return of the sack. Oh yeah, return of the sack. Oh yeah, return of the sack. Return of the sack. Return of the sack. Return of the sack.
Guys, we're no longer licensed out here. Could you please make your way inside?
Alright. We're gonna
So I think we've done enough for You Reckon tonight.
We're gonna interlude the reckoning,
show.
ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a fantastic show, and be sure to tune into us on YouTube. It's been a fantastic night, and be sure to like and subscribe. And I'm gonna pass the microphone back over to
Basil, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you in the Collective Unconscious Melbourne. Stay fresh.